Yes, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Some of you, it's going to be the morning. Some of you, it's not. Welcome, AZ Alkmaar versus Tottenham Hotspur, the road to Bilbao. I keep hearing this sentence. The road to Bilbao. Well, listen, look, we've got a nice path. I will step my stall nice and early. I fully expect Tottenham Hotspur to win tonight comfortably, and I fully expect us to win very comfortably over the two legs with AZ Alkmaar. If we don't, I think it's an utter embarrassment. I do think we will, though. So, everybody, welcome to Football Heritage TV. Kickoff is in about an hour and 15, hour and 20. I have gone with a 3-1 Spurs win tonight. I don't think we should have problems with these lot. I saw them play at the weekend now. I've seen them play a few times this season. I wasn't massively impressed. I think they've got some good bits going on. Players like Poku, really dangerous down the left. But I don't feel like Tottenham Hotspur should be struggling to get this one over the line. Kickoff is at 5:45. Lurs, if you're going to be an idiot, I'll get rid of you immediately. Said, but Savva and just tell, well, how will we win according to my logic? Well, if you actually listen, I know you're a dickhead. I'm so done with people like you now. If you actually listen, you twat, right? I'm done with people like you. I've actually said we will win games against the lesser teams because we've got better players than them. So please grow up or I'll just block you immediately. I'll block you immediately. People like you are just really... I feel like your parents have done a shit job bringing you up. Yeah, I'm starting as I mean to go on. I feel like you're just an absolute twat. Sorry, I've had enough of people like you now. You ruin my show. You come on, you say stupid shit. Just go away. There you go. There's your warning. Just go away. Apologies for everyone else. I've just had enough. I've got all these messages coming into me today. Oh, you're not a real fan. All of this is just so childish. So anyway, Lurs is an idiot. Yeah, thank you, Rob. Sorry. At some point I had to say it. These idiots like Lurs, like Matt, these absolute twats who don't understand football, have no football nous, don't ever admit the truth, right? Don't ever admit the truth and then tell me after being a 40-year Spurs fan that I'm not a real fan, blah, 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 all this. Go away, go away, go away. Grow up. Grow up. Anyway, good afternoon. Other than that, I'm in a great mood. Grow up. Big up to Barbaric Disdain. So good afternoon, Savva. Fingers crossed for a win tonight. Smash those likes and subs, people. Absolutely. Please, please, please do as you come in. Smash that button. Apologies for anyone that was offended there, but I've just had enough. I've just really had enough, people. Look, I mean, let's look at this message. Like, my logic was never that we wouldn't beat teams like AZ Alkmaar. So when people say things like this, I just question their maturity. I question I just question them as a human. Like, Ange is a poor manager for me, but that doesn't mean I don't think we're going to win games of football. It's really dumb. It's stupid. And he has gone very quiet. Thank God. Apologies if anyone was offended by that. But you know the shit I take, and I'm bored. Big up, Tony. How we doing, bro? Hope you're well. Big up to my man, Mario. Yeah, Ange nominated for Premier League Manager of the Month. It doesn't take a lot these days, does it? Queen Ellie, big up to you. I hope we win. I hope we win. I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win. Big up to Mario, who said big up Savva. Big up to Rob Frank. Jamie, yeah, damn, a little late. Yeah, just a little bit. I've been sorting a few bits out. Big up to Pro WWE. Big up to you, no nonsense football fan. So yes, big up Monsieur Savva. Big up to you as well. Barbaric Disdain. Hope you're well. Richest man. The Spurs Steelers said, honestly, think it will be an ugly draw tonight, and then we'll beat them convincingly at home. I think we're going to beat them. I think we're going to beat them comfortably both legs. I think we should. I think we should with the players that are available. I'm Donna. Do you wanna is even here. A big up to DCC. Yeah, Rob. Yeah. Absolutely. Big up to you, Jay Spurs. Big up to Finn Rickwood in the house. How you doing, brother? Hope you are well. And big up to Jeff, who is in the house. Listen, we're going to find out the teams in probably, 15 minutes. Let me just check I've got the right channel. I never know anymore because there's like 5 or 6 different TNT channels. Before the Spurs game, there's something called What I Wore, Glenn Hoddle. So let's see what that's all about. But yes, as well as Tottenham today as well. Sorry, not allowed to say that. 1 second. 1 second. As well as Tottenham Hotspur, there are lots of other games going on today in the Europa League. We have got Alkmaar versus Tottenham. You've got Steaua Bucharest versus Lyon, which is also a 5:45 kickoff. Fenerbahce Rangers, which should be a great game. That should be a great game. Real Sociedad versus Man United at 5:45. That should be a good game as well. And then you've got the 4 8 p.m.s. Some really good ties here. Ajax versus Frankfurt. The big one for me today, the big game today, is Roma versus Bilbao. Then you've got Bodo Glimt versus Olympiacos. And then Poznan versus Lazio. So loads of games. And then across the Conference League as well, Chelsea are in action in the Conference League from a British perspective. Other than that, I don't think there's anybody else from a British standpoint. So for anyone who has got TNT, it is TNT Sports free. And the coverage will start at 5 and the game kicks off in about an hour and 14 minutes. Let's see who else is in the chat. Yeah, okay, understood. Games at 10. Games at 10. I don't know what that means. What do you mean, games at 10? I don't know what that means. Spurs Steelers said, have a look at some of the NFL one day. You think you get idiots in a chat. There are some... Listen, honestly, it's just crazy. It's... What I find really funny is, do you know what? If Tottenham was sitting 4th, right, these people would be going, oh my God, look how great we are. Look how great we are. It's amazing. Savva's in the mud. But we're sitting 13th with 14 defeats for the season. And these people are sitting there making out like he's done a good job. I just don't, I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know what's going on with the world, but it is what it is. Bader, big up to you. I'm looking forward to Bilbao today. They've been very impressive this season. The favourites to win it. I'll tell you what, I think the winners of Bilbao and Roma have got to be the favourite for me to win it. I really do. I think they're both very good teams. Roma have been absolutely brilliant since Dilly Ding, Dilly Dong, since Claudio Ranieri turned up. They've been very, very good. One of the best teams in Europe over the last 2 months, form-wise. So fair play to Roma. And Bilbao having a great season in La Liga. They're currently sitting in 4th behind the big 3 of Barcelona, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. So that should be very, very interesting. Big up Mark Taylor. I'm back. Here I am. Hi. How are we doing? By the way, before we do anything, smash that like button. We're not going to play this game this evening. Come on, people. I'm giving you content coming to you thick and fast. Let's start a poll. Let's do a poll. Let's just quickly put it in. Spurs to win, lose, or draw. Let's have a look. Let's go with Spurs to win. There you go. And then draw always goes in the middle, doesn't it? There you go. Oh, no. Probably help if I... There you go. Draw. And then add an option. And the last one is lose. Oh, don't know if I've got a capital O. Don't need that. Win, draw, or lose. Start the poll. There we go. So smash the like button. Guys and girls, we should be on 100 likes already. 100 likes right now. Come on, people. We've got 50 likes. And that's utterly, utterly shit. I'm on one today. Let's get that up to 100 before we do absolutely anything. Please remember, there are YouTubers that will not start their show until they get to 150, 200 likes. So please smash that like button. Who have we got in the chat? Big up to Ryan G, who's here. So is my man, Philly. Big up to you. Philly has said, I'm watching Lazio versus Poznan. That'll be more entertaining than the Spurs game. Interesting times. By the way, I do think that the team news might be coming out very, very shortly. We'll see what the team lineup looks like At the moment, it's not out. Let me hang on. Let me check. By the way, 1 second. Let me check somewhere else. The team news is out. The team news is out. Tottenham Hotspur will line up like this: Vicario in goal. It is a back four of Adogi left back, Gray and Danso centre back, and Jed Spence at right back. The midfield three will be Bentancur, Bergvall, and let me get this right, Madison. Bentancur, Bergvall, and Madison with Matthias Tell, Son, and Brennan Johnson. So again, he's gone for the three midfielders who are all quite good on the ball. The bench today is Austin, Basuma, Moore, Odeber, Porro, Romero, Sarr, Scarlett, Solanke, Van der Ven, and Whiteman. There is no excuses. Absolutely no excuses today. We've got a very good squad in Holland. No excuses. So I'll read that again for anyone that didn't get it. Tottenham are with Vicario in goal, Adogi left back, Gray and Danso at centre back, with Spence at right back. It is Bergvall, Bentancur, and Madison as a midfield three, with Son, Tell, and Brennan Johnson. AZ Alkmaar, I don't know the exact positions, but have got Owusu Aduru, Burmeister, Classy, Ghost, Coop Miners, Lardo, Makuma, Parrot, Penetra, Doku, and Wolf. So interesting lineup from Tottenham today. Let me know straight away. What do you think about that lineup? Tell me what you think about that lineup. It's going to be very interesting. Again, I'm automatically drawn. To the midfield three of Bentancur, Bergvall, Madison. Again, the reason why I'm drawn to that is it was the same thing I thought against Man City. You haven't got the legs in there of a Sarr. You haven't got the legs in there of a Basuma, but you've got the three players who are quite good on the ball. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Big up to Marios. Big up to Tony. You absolutely tell these people, Tony, they should be smashing the like button. Only 62. It's getting worse and worse and worse. But look who it is. Dan, how we doing, man?
Yeah, mate, how you doing?
You just woken up?
Oh, no, just out the hospital, mate. Now stuck in bed for a little bit. So I thought, you know what? Football's going to be on here. Have a moan about it. I thought I'd join you.
Well, welcome, Dan. Did you see the team?
No, I haven't. I was literally just in the middle of turning my TV off and everything to come on here when you said what the team was going to be. So where do we stand?
So the team today is Vicario in goal, Spence at right back, Danso, Gray, and Adogi as the rest of the back four. Midfield three of Bentancur, Bergvall, and Madison. And a front three of Brennan Johnson, Son, and Tell. What stands out immediately to you about that?
Well, the fact that he definitely put Spence in there, well done. I mean, should you even be saying well done for your manager for doing that? Yeah. But it is Ange, so well done. I think that sounds pretty much stable. I think that's what most of us pretty much predicted he should actually do, even down to the fact of bringing Johnson on there.
Yeah.
I think with Johnson on there on the right now, I don't think we have to earn Spence being on the right. I don't think it's so much of a being worried about covering the right side as such, because Spence can actually defend unless he's told to invert all the way up or whatever. I don't think Spence needs as much cover on the right as Porro does.
Yeah. I mean, look, no nonsense football fan, Son as well. So it is the team that played Man City, but Son has come in for Wilson Odeber and Spence has come in for Pedro Porro. On the bench, Dan, it's starting to look healthy. Van der Ven, Romero, Porro, Basuma, Sarr, Solanke, all on the bench today. So Odeber. So there's no excuses really tonight, is there?
No, not at all. I mean, we've said it for a while now. I've said it myself. We have not got a bad team. I'm not saying we've got world-class players, but we have got a good team out there. If you play it the right way to their capability, we can get results. The injuries, there was a lot
I
of them.
completely agree with you.
There was a lot of injuries, I'll give it that. Half of them were his fault. But the fact is, it's starting to come out now. It's starting to level up. We'll see how it goes over the next 5 to 10 games now. And we'll see if excuses are needed then. Because he's pretty much got a full setup coming up out of there, bar what? Three main players?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look, I tell you what, I do think he's learning. I do in the fact that, you know, he hasn't put Van de Ven and Romero straight back in, even though they're both on the bench. But that team is good enough tonight to win. The only question mark I would have is, if you remember the game against City, now I'm not, look, AZ and not City, but what we did have is that midfield three is it's the nicer of the three midfielders, if that makes sense. The better players on the ball in terms of Bentancur, Maddison and Bergvall. Are we going to... Last week, we missed the legs in midfield. It was very wide open. City played through the middle. Is that something that we've definitely got to watch out for? Because we know how he plays, right?
In the middle, I think we always have to watch out for anything, basically, because if we end up pushing up double high and the defence pushes up to the halfway line as well, it only takes a bang average. I don't even mean a bang average team. It only takes a Coventry team to put the ball over the top of us and possibly get something over it. You look how many others we've had in Europe here, and like against a team like Carrier Bag or whatever the name is, if they would have actually had a better finisher, we'd have been in some serious trouble in that game and the other European game. It was only blatantly down to the fact that they couldn't finish that we didn't end up conceding a significant amount of goals because of the way we play. AZ, we should be doing these comfortably. Not walking them, but we should be doing them comfortably. But then don't write nobody off, sort of thing. They can still do things. They're in Europe for a reason. Yeah,
no, I completely agree with you. And then I would fully expect that for next week's second leg, I would expect to see he'll probably put in Romero, Van de Ven, Solanke. I would expect we'll see a couple of them maybe start against Bournemouth at the weekend. But look, I've seen this team play a few times this season, Dan. And I know people keep going, oh, they're better than you think. I know they got a good result against Roma and Galatasaray, but whenever I've watched them, I've never watched this team and thought, oh, they're scary. Do you know what I mean? I've never watched them and thought, yeah, we should be worried about them. Would you, with that in mind, would you take the draw today, or for you, has this got to be taking a lead back home to White Hart Lane?
I think it's one of them games that in that situation where it's two legs, that if we did end up getting a 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, 3 or whatever, we get a draw because the away goals are irrelevant now, aren't they?
Yeah.
A draw wouldn't be the end of the world because we wouldn't have the home advantage coming back home. But when have we had that home advantage being at home lately? We haven't exactly been a formidable force at home, have we? So,
absolutely,
for me, I want a win tonight, and I want a clear win of 2 goals. 3-1, 2-0, 4-1, 4-2, whatever. I want 2 goals clear tonight because I know how anything can go tits up at Tottenham as well. But I think we should be getting there and getting a win. But if we get a draw, it's still not the end of the world because we got the advantage at home in the next game, as long as we would use it to our advantage. And then you would think by the time that game comes in, a couple of other players would be fitter and would be able to use an even stronger squad.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, listen, a draw isn't the end of the world at all. What we don't want, though, is you don't want to be going home with a 2-goal deficit. So for me, as long as we don't do anything silly, I think we're going to cruise tonight. As long as we don't go there, play wide open, you know, let them get 2 goals up and then suddenly they're sitting back for the rest of the game. So I think this is a really strange one, Dan, because there's been many games this season where I've not been confident going into it. This one, I truly am. Jed Spence and Udogie starting as fullbacks. Are you expecting to see Spence play a little more narrow than what you would expect, more of an expansive Porro? How much he likes to get forward and is always out of position?
Well, for me, Spence, I think you can play him anywhere on that right-hand side. And in that aspect, I think I can only go by what I've seen by 5 games. Yeah, so 5 games judging him and Porro. I'm still going to say Porro's the better overall capable player from what I've seen over a season and a half. I've only seen Spence for 5 or 6 games consistent, basically. Yeah,
Sure.
But from what I have seen, Spence is 100% better defender than Udogie and Porro put together, in my opinion.
Sure.
Getting forward, I know Spence, you can play him all up the flank as well, same as you could Porro. But I've got to see some things off of Spence that I see off of Porro, like being able to put in a very good cross, like I know Porro could. Why I'd rather him play much further up or play overlapping and push all the way up than just play as a right back, basically, because it's not to Porro's advantages. But overall, I think the more we see of Spence,
oh, Lubo, it's well loud. Sorry, Dan, I didn't mean to do that. Lubo,
What are you doing?
yeah, Lubo, it's so loud.
The only place to charge the phone is in the bar area. They've got one plug only in the whole place. Unbelievable. That's not White Hart Lane, that's for sure.
All we can hear is a lot of noise.
I'll catch you later in the seats.
Okay, catch you up in the seats. All right, mate. Oh, sorry, Dan. I brought him on thinking I'd ask him something after you, and it just came on. Wow. Sorry, mate. As you were saying.
Yeah.
Loud,
I think the more and more we see of him, if he carries on to what he's doing, basically, Spence, I think you will actually see that Spence is the better overall player, i.e., as he can cover the whole right-hand side. I think he can, same as Porro, but he can actually play significant as a right back, as a wing back defending, whereas Porro can't. Porro is a very, very good wing back, getting forward, overlapping, cross the ball in. I think we'd see so much more out of him. But I think over due time, if it goes right for Spence and we keep seeing him more and more, I think we might actually see that Spence is actually the better overall player. Not necessarily the better at crossing the ball and things, but if you want to put player, I think you're going to see that he's the better player, basically, that he's got more capability overall, as in his defending, attacking, passing, running, add it all up together of what Porro's good at as well. You just take the defensive side clean out, whereas Spencer's actually got that. And as long as we don't start playing him stupid, like having to play him as a bloody number 10 all the time and that, I think we've actually got quite a good player sitting there that all of us were quite happy to say goodbye to at the start of this season. But look, that's only over 5 games.
Do you know what? Absolutely. And I was having this chat with someone yesterday away from YouTube. And so the key thing for me here is that we don't do what we normally do when a player does well over 5-10 games. That we don't just suddenly pronounce them as the greatest thing that's ever played football. He's done well, right? He's done well. He's in good form. For me, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think he's far more capable, definitely from a defensive standpoint, than both Udogie and Porro. I think he looks like he's probably been trained more in defensive areas when he was younger. It's going to be interesting because when all is said and done, when everyone's fit and it's the biggest of games, I'll be really interested to see, does he go with Spence or does he go with Porro? You know, that's what today. I don't think it matters too much because of the opposition, but
you know what? With the way we play in that, thinking of this from another side, whether you stick Porro on now, if he wants to still play his system with an inverted winger, play with one of them. And personally, I think we've now possibly, this is all with buts and maybes, by the way. I'm only judging on 5 games. So I'm not saying he's going to be the next best thing or whatever, but I'm judging by what I see. I think we've got the perfect player now we can stick on the left, because this is another reason why I think he's a player up from Udogie and Porro as well, because you can clearly play him on the left just as good as he does on the right. So he's shown in 5 games. Again, I think he would be a very good player to, do you know what? Either one of them you want to play, Udogie or Porro, whatever one suits it for the day, fine. Play then. Say we play Udogie on the left, like we are today. Use him as your inverted wing back. I'd rather not. But then I think you've got the perfect man there on the right-hand side who can actually defend and then slot in and make it a back 3. Whereas if it was Udogie or Porro slotting in and making it a back 3, you've now got a very weak defender in that place. I think Spencer's got the capability to slot onto the side of a back three, basically, and do his defensive duties. Now, I'm not saying he's a centre-back, but I think he could do that 10 times better than either Doji or Porro could. But the question is, would Ange see this and Ange play it like that?
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you on all fronts, mate. I really, really do. Look, it's an interesting one because, you know, when I look at that team, the forward line, we obviously know that there needs to be a lot of work done there. Obviously, there's no Solanke, and Solanke will come back into that. But a lot of question marks have been made around Tell in the first 5 or 6 games that he's, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 games, whatever he's played for Spurs so far. Lots of people saying, well, look, this guy isn't a centre forward, that he's quite weak, that he needs to go out wide left. It doesn't look like Ange is going to put him left. I mean, he might do. He might surprise us today. He might put him left. But is that a worry for you, the fact that when Tell plays up front, the ball does just bounce back? It bounced back to the midfield because he's not the hold-up player. He hasn't got that in his locker. Is that a bit of a worry for you?
No, I'm just going to say it blatantly. He's totally inapt for what we needed. He's totally inadequate. He is not what we needed. He might end up a brilliant player. I'm not disputing that. He might have all the potential in the world. Fair play to him if he does and everything. He might be a bit good on the ball, which he's looked all right on the ball and that. He doesn't look like he's got the physical power on a shot. All right, he might be able to pull up. To me, he looks like anything at the moment, someone who might be able to take Johnson's place that pops in the side and taps it in the net. Apart from that, I've seen absolutely nothing of him, of the sort of player that I would think we need up front. There is absolutely no muscle in him whatsoever. I mean, he looks a bit stronger than Brendan Johnson, which really isn't hard. He looks a bit more willing to take his man on than Johnson, which again isn't hard.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen any crossing off him. I've seen a couple of shots off him. I haven't seen no power off him. I mean, look at him. There's nothing off the fella. And I think we've just pretty much gone and got ourselves maybe a slightly better Brendan Johnson. But then we're going to have to see him play Johnson's way and see if he can tap it in the side. I don't think we're going to get nothing more out of him than that. To me, he just does not look like the sort of player that I would have thought we needed up front.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it, where you look at and you go, was it a good signing for what we needed? For me, it's got all the hallmarks of Spurs getting to the last week of a window with no real plan and going, what can we do? Well, hang on, Bayern Munich owe us some money. Tell wants somewhere to go. But for me, I just feel like there would have been so many better striker options out there than Tell. I don't know. Look, I need to see something from him tonight, Dan. So far, I'm not sold on anything he's done at all. I know he got the goal at Villa, but I'm not sold at all.
No. Again, just because you get a goal, that does not mean you're a good player to me. Johnson has gone and got a fair few goals this season, and fair play to him. He stood up to it. He's tapped it in the back of the net like he's meant to. But for me, I just think that I really do not rate Johnson. I think he is absolute crap. But when it's needed, he shows up and he puts it in the back of the net from a tap on the side. And that looks like the sort of player you could... Look, I'm going to change this around for you. I'll ask you a question then. I'll change it a different way round on how I see this, yeah? Right. Last day, right, we've got the player on loan. He's got potential. He's played here and there and wherever. His name's Tell, and we just got him from, I don't know, Eintracht Frankfurt. Are you going to be as excited? I think a few people got too excited too quickly because it had the name Bayern Munich written on it.
Bang on. Bang on. Absolutely bang on, Dan. I really think everyone's got excited for that reason. Also, because you know what football's like in 2025. If a kid does one good thing, they're a wonder kid, aren't they? They're, oh my God, the best 50 wonder kids in the world. You know, you can't have 50 wonder kids. You know what I mean? I think everyone's got a bit too excited. They've watched some show reels of this guy skinning people and beating them. I'm not saying he's a terrible player, but I said the other week on the show, on the Spurs review, for me, surely the point of loaning a player is that they come in and it's for right now. Yeah, surely the point of loaning a player isn't that you're loaning a kid to develop them. You're loaning for right now to help you out. And it looks to me, from what I've heard, and what we all heard and saw in the summer, that the only two we've gone for were Mawani, right, and Tell. And it was like, so you've gone from a seasoned pro to a kid who's 19. And it just felt to me that the Spurs fans did what they do best when that one came in. It was, oh my God, look at this, look at these signings, look at blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure.
No, I mean, the other thing is, with the situation we're in, yes, the league is cooked, I know all that, but we still want to try and win as much as we can. But I've got the attitude we focus on Europe more. We've been through this one. Why go and get yourself another 19-year-old? This was the issue I have had with Archie Gray the whole time. And it is not with him, it is with the system. I mean, Archie Gray has done well. I won't take that away from him. I don't think he's been special in defence, but I don't think he's been bad. For the situations he's been chucked on, credit where it's due at the end of the day. But for me, he's still not a centre-back and he's still not a right-back. But then again, I haven't seen him as a centre-mid either. Why have we gone and got ourselves another 19-year-old where we blatantly needed a player with some experience? Same as I would have said with Archie Gray, why did we do that 40 million and not spend 40 million on a centre-mid that can fight for that place in the team? Now, the only reason I bring Archie Gray into that is because he's the young player we got. And a lot of us said, well, that 40 million could have been spent on a player that is already made, not one that we're hoping gets good.
Yeah.
And again, I think Archie Gray has done respectful where he's been. But why did we go out and get another 19-year-old? Why didn't we just go out and get a player somewhere? I'm sure there was a player we could have got who was like 24, 25 with a bit of experience on him who could have offered us something. I just feel by the time a 19-year-old comes into England, probably don't even speak the language properly, assesses the new situation he's in, the new team he's with, doesn't even know his teammates, doesn't even play European with most of them, most probably in that international or anything, don't know nothing about the system. After about 2-3 months, start settling in, and then another month, it's the end of the season, see you later, mate. What is the point? I just, for me, it was, why bother?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's just negative.
No, I agree with you. Listen, but you know, at the same time, it's games like tonight where he can announce himself, so to speak. You know, it's games like tonight where this isn't the toughest opposition you're going to play. Show yourself. Do you know what I mean? Show everyone why we signed him. And look, you know what our fan base is like. If he grabs a goal or two tonight, everyone will go, oh, where's all the Tell haters, blah, blah, blah. But the front three that he's picked with Tell, Brennan Johnson and Son, none of them are hold-up players, right? It looks like a very reactive front three, Dan, rather than a proactive front three in terms of this is going to be, I think, where we're going to spring on teams rather than holding the ball up, bringing others into play. I think it's got that vibe about it for me.
Pace instead of power, basically. Because any one of those three players on there, I guarantee you I'd knock them on their feet. Whether it's Son, because, I mean, Son has never been a muscular player. It is not his way. And whenever we used to play him up front, he looked good at times. And then when he gets stuck in the box, totally sandwiched up, he was absolutely useless. It's just not him. He has never played with power. Johnson, you could blow him a kiss and he'd fall off his feet. And for me, Tell looks basically the same. And so I'm agreeing with what Savva said here, basically. I think we've definitely gone here for pace instead of power. I'm going to be interested to see what Tell can do, because we just haven't really seen much of him at the moment. We all know Johnson can tap it in at the back of the net, but then who's going to be the one on the left putting the crosses across for Johnson to be able to do that? I don't know if Tell has that capability to do it from the left. What way he's going to play him, I don't know. But for me, I agree with what Savva said here in the aspect of we have definitely gone for pace here instead of power. But if I was a defender or a right back and I had any three of them coming towards me, I would not feel scared in any sort of means or manner that if I shoulder into them, I'm going to be the one sitting on my backside. You can blatantly tell that all three of them, there is no muscle in them whatsoever. And I think he's definitely gone for pace over power on that one. So with that, Solanke would have been useful in there because then you got a bit of muscle in there. But obviously, he's not fit yet. Kulusevski being out, there's our other bit of muscle gone. And really, when you look at our whole team, in my opinion, how much muscle do you actually see in that team? It is quite a not so muscular team anyway, isn't it? It's not exactly a strong team, but he's definitely gone for pace over power.
Yeah, I mean, look, sorry about that. Thanks for holding full. Look, I agree with you. Some people have called for maybe Scarlett to be getting a game. There's a bit more of a physical presence up top. Again, I don't really.
Be a bad idea?
I don't really know because again, we've not seen. There's a difference, isn't there? Seeing 10 to 15 minute cameos versus 90 minutes. You know, when a player comes on for 10 to 15 minutes and you're chasing a game or seeing a game out, it's very different to when you start a game and how you work the shape of the game and the tactics. Phil Coys has said this. Big up Phil. Said Johnson hasn't just scored tap-ins this season. Come on, I'm not his biggest fan, but some of his finishes are good. I would say that most of them are tap-ins. He has got some good finishes, but I think it's just, for me, the difficulty with Brennan Johnson is I just don't enjoy watching him play. You know, I really don't ever watch him and go, I'm really happy you're in a Spurs shirt. Do you know what I mean? And I know that sounds harsh, but I just find him really, it's basic. I feel like we've gone back to basics, you know?
Just to answer a quick question on the side, no shades tonight. No, I don't need to wear glasses when I'm on an iPad. It's a total different situation to being on the computer. Frame rates per second, pixels, everything else. I don't need this sitting at my iPad. When I'm sitting on a computer, I have to wear those things. So it's just to answer a question on the side.
Yeah, no worries.
With,
by the way, smash the likes, please. Dan, can you listen? I'll ask you a question. Why are people these days? I used to go live. People would smash the like. Now it's like trying to draw blood from a stone, trying to get the likes these days.
Come love no money, anyway, basically.
That was just me having a moment. Yeah. So, Brennan Johnson, does he just score tap-ins? Are we being harsh? Does he do more than that?
No, I think I've seen him score maybe 1 or 2 goals that weren't a tap-in. I've seen him score a good goal or 2. But if you want to put it on a ratio sort of thing, I'd say 9 out of 10 of his goals are a tap-in off the left post.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. He scores the goals, he does his job there. But the problem is with him, where he's not a striker, I'll be the first one to say the 2 players on the pitch that can get away with having an absolute crap game bar one moment is a goalkeeper and a striker. They can evaporate for a whole game. Absolutely nothing. But as long as when that goalkeeper is alert, when that ball comes over and he saves it, no one cares that he's been sitting on his arse for the rest of the game doing nothing, but he's done his job on the moment. And it's the same with a striker for me. That striker can do nothing during the game, no ball, nothing. But when the ball comes to him and he puts it in the back of the net, you're happy. Johnson isn't in that position for me. Okay, he's there to put it in the back of the net, but you don't see him for the rest of the game, and he's meant to be a right bloody winger or an inside forward, whatever he is. There's a lot more we need of him on the pitch than just to tap it in at the back of the net and then just disappear for the rest of the game, which he usually does. So in that aspect, that's another reason why I don't like the player, because even when he does do something, he still evaporates for the other 85 minute of the game.
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard work. It really is hard work watching him play. Like, you know, when he gets the ball, I always look at him in acres of space and you think, I don't care if he's naturally a right winger or a right-sided forward or a forward. I don't care what label we give it, Dan. If I'm a forward footballer and I have that much grass to run into, isn't that the dream? Like, isn't that, as a forward player on a pitch, if someone says there's 20 yards of grass in front of you, go. But he just seems to, you know, kind of deer in the headlights. He gets it, and it's almost like everything gets a bit too much for him. His body shape doesn't look comfortable when running with a ball. But he does score goals. He does score goals. So
I agree. I don't know who said it first, yeah? I know it was someone out of our lot, basically. I don't know who said it first, but I think they put it perfectly. He has got to be the slowest, quickest player I have ever seen in my life on the ball. I can't remember who said it. Was it you? Was it Stel? Was it Brian? Was it Alec? I don't know. But someone made
many people have said it, Dan.
But whoever made that comment the first time, it just banged the nail on the head. He has got to be the slowest player on the ball for the quickest player on his feet, sort of thing. Because he's quick. He's not slow, not at all. I've seen him charge up there running wise, sprinting wise. But the second he's got the ball, or the second he's got a man on him, or the second he's got a decision to make, he's either sitting on his arse again or he's passing the ball backwards. He has not got the balls, literally, to take his man on. He hasn't got the skill to take his man on. I don't want to rip into him too hard, but I just really don't rate him as a player at all.
Oh, listen, as a footballer, I think he's awful, but he
scores a goal.
He is effective when getting into the box. And as I said, I've always had the same line with Brennan Johnson. That's all well and good for the games he does grab a tap in or a goal in the box. That's fine. But it's the other games where he doesn't that you're going, well, we might as well be playing with 10 men. Or you might as well play a JE out on the right-hand side. Do you know what I mean? So, look, having said all this, you know that we're going to win 2-0 tonight and Tell and Johnson will both score.
Is he our top scorer now? Or is it Madison still?
In the league, let's have a look. Leagues, Premier League, top scorers. Let's have a look. So if we look down the list of Tottenham players, what's going on there? James Maddison has 9 goals. Brennan Johnson has 9 goals. So Maddison,
he does the job on the side of the post. It's just for me. And people would say, like, well, why did you slate him then? I said, well, the reason I slate him because he scores a goal and then he evaporates for 85 minutes. We might as well get him sent off after that and play with 10 men. I don't rate a player that can, bar a striker, I do not rate a player that scores a goal and then disappears for 85 minutes. I just don't dig him. I really don't. But if he scores tonight, if he scores 2 tonight, whatever, and we win, fair play. Well done, mate. I'll shake your hand. But I still won't say I think you're a good player.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And do you know what? I think half the problem for me is at the time, I remember saying, I really want Rodgers of Middlesbrough. I remember saying I really want Rodgers because Rodgers for me is powerful. Like when I watch Villa, when he comes forward with a ball, he's strong, quick, a good dribbler, grabs some goals, grabs some assists. But I know in 2025, Dan, people just go, oh yeah, but Johnson's got more goals than him. Sure. But you look at the all-round output during a game of Morgan Rodgers. That for me that's the signing I wanted when we got Johnson. That was the signing I wanted. But hey,
it hasn't got the name, has he? He hasn't got the name. It was like when I said to a lot of people, you agreed with me on this one, when I said that as a DM that I would quite happily pick or centre mid that's going to play the DM role is what's his name, Maguire and Aston Villa. Their DM, what's his name? The one you like. I can't remember his name now. I'm terrible with names. McGinn, that's the one. McGinn.
McGinn, yeah.
Yeah. And when I said he would be an excellent anchorman for us, he's exactly what we need there with power, something like that. So many people said, well, who is he? It's because he hasn't got the right name. And do you know another player I'd like? I would love for at Spurs at the moment. Doesn't really play anymore. Henderson, who used to play at Liverpool.
I would have a few years ago.
Yeah, I'm not saying right now, the way he used to play.
Yeah.
Now, again, he never, for me, he got underrated in a lot of ways. No, he wasn't really a good player. He wasn't a skillful player. He wasn't this and that. But he got his job done where he had to do it. He got the ball. He got rid of it. He got the ball. He gave it to the nearest man. He done what he had to do in that position. And players like that, I don't actually feel get a fair amount of credit for doing their job as such because they don't look pretty. They haven't got the pretty name. They're not twinkle toes, whatever. They just get in, stuck in, do their job, leave it to the rest of the team because they know what they're good at. They know what they're not good at. And like you said, with the other player at Villa, when he got mentioned as he would be a DM, I would love to have at Spurs and that. So many people said, no, he's not good enough for Spurs, this and that. Wouldn't you kill to have that as your DM right now?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Sometimes there are players, I'll read the team again in a minute for those that have just joined. Sometimes there are players that don't have the big sexy name, don't do all the skillful stuff on the ball, but just do their job. And let's be fair, Liverpool's era of Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, Super Cup, Jordan Henderson was the ever-present midfielder. Jordan Henderson was the captain. Jordan Henderson was their leader. Now, when you looked at that Liverpool midfield, you would never say, oh, Jordan Henderson's better than Wijnaldum, or he's better than Fabinho, or he's better than...
No.
But he did his job, and the manager, Klopp, relied on him. Like, that's
Big
how
time.
you know a player's good.
Yeah.
Let's just look at the team. We'll look at the team for a second. Big up, Dave, Irish Hotspur. Big up to you, my man. If you're available, feel free to pop on, but I'm guessing you're probably going to be doing your own watch along very shortly. The team, for anyone that's interested, which I'm guessing would be all of you, by the way, please do smash that like button. We've completely stopped getting super chats, so the least we can do is get some likes lately. The team is Vicario in goal. It's a back four of Spence right back, Gray and Danso at centre half, with Destiny Adogi at left back. A midfield three of Bergval, Bentancur, and Madison. And then it looks like it's going to be Johnson to the right, Son to the left as captain, and Tell up top. And the bench tonight is Austin and Whiteman with Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, Basuma, Sarr, Moore, Odeber, Scarlett, and Solanke. So there really are no excuses now. There's, other than Kulusevski, there's no real first teamer that is not in this squad now. You can argue Kinski, you can argue Dragoshin, but in terms of the players available, Dan, it's, you know, it's there, right? It's there.
You know what? For one of the first times this season, I can actually look at that team he's picked, and I can actually say that if he wants to as a manager, he can change his game. And what I mean by change his game is usually the team he picks with the subs he gets, he just takes off a sub. He just takes off a player for basically exactly the same type of player who basically does exactly the same thing. He doesn't change his game. Whereas now, if you look at that subs bench to what we've actually got on the pitch, if it's all going bit tits up and that, or it's not going the way he wants it to, he's actually got players that he can now bring on and take off another player in that position for a player in that position. He can actually change the style of the game with the player he brings on. Whereas usually we don't have that. So if in, say, midfield, it starts getting a bit hard in there at the time, he's actually got more physical players that he can bring on as such. He can change it a bit. He can muscle it up a bit. Up front, he can do the same a bit. We've actually got players on the side that you can bring on that can change the style of the game. Whereas usually he doesn't do that. He'll take off Basuma, bring on Sarr. Basically, they're pretty much very similar players. I know Basuma's a bit, but they're not going to change a game. They're a similar sort of player. And yeah, for me, he's got a different set of players on the subs bench than he has on the pitch, with different styles. That if he's got a plan B, he could actually use a plan B with the players he's got.
No, look, I agree with you. As I said, the only thing that concerns me about this midfield today is the same thing I said about City before that game, is that he has gone for the three that are a little bit more easy on the eye, so to speak. And I just wonder whether there's anyone in there that's just going to do the doggy work and get back. And we'll see. We'll see. I could be completely wrong. Listen, with the opposition that we're up against, I fully expect that shouldn't be a problem. Just something, a side note to look out for. Thank you, Ash. Bentancur, Bergval, and Basuma, all one yellow away from missing the second leg. They reset in the next round. So they reset. So if I'm not wrong, if they do it today, if they get a yellow today, they miss the second leg.
Next game. Yeah.
If they get a yellow in the second leg, don't they miss the first game of the next round? If I'm not wrong.
I would have thought so.
I would have thought.
No, actually, I don't know. Actually, I don't know, because it's all levelled after the second game, isn't it?
Mate, do you know what? I remember when rules used to be well simple.
Yeah, I honestly don't know on that one. It would make sense if it did. It would make sense if it didn't. But if they're going to get a yellow card, then do it tonight and be banned for the next game, because we're then at home and we've got that home advantage.
I mean, like Alwyn, when you're saying would you prefer a forward who looks good but never scores, I don't like. I always find these types of questions are really disingenuous. For me, why does it have to be either or? Look, first and foremost, is Ange is the one that plays him on the right. So for me, you've got to do more than just score tap-ins if you are playing on the right side of a forward three. The amount of time Spurs get the ball out to Brennan Johnson and nothing happens. Now, whether that's Johnson's fault or not, that's not my issue. My issue is Ange has decided to play him there. And in the games where he's not getting tap-ins, he's not offering a lot. So for me, that's the difference, Alwyn. It's like when people go to me, well, would you rather win a trophy and finish 10th or finish top 4? Like, Why does it have to be an either or question? Why is something good always got to be offset against something bad? I don't get it.
I do think you'd see better off Johnson if we just played him in the middle as a poacher. Being a very poor man's Jermaine Defoe, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I think we would see more
it.
of a player of him like that. And I think he would actually be, I mean, Stell said it at the very start of the season. He banged a nail on the end of it. This is not going to work with Son on the left and Solanke in the middle. And he said, if we changed it to the formations that I've been saying and others have been saying, like whether you call it 5 at the back or you call it a 3-4-2-1 or a 3-4-1-2, put Son and Solanke next to each other, I think you could actually see something quite dangerous there. I also think if you put Solanke and Johnson next to each other, you could see a pair of goal scorers there in a sort of old school way of, I will say, a very poor man, but Michael Owen and Emil Heskey style. Obviously, nowhere near the same sort of skill in that, but it would be the same sort of style. You'd have your muscle man there like a Heskey. You'd have the other fella there who's quick on his toes who can just fox it in the back of the net. I think that is the way you would see the best out of Johnson. Personal opinion.
Yeah, look, listen, all the while, I'll round off the Johnson chat with this. All the while he's grabbing those tap-ins, fine. For me, I just get so frustrated when you look, as I said, the manager plays the system with wide men, not me. I don't choose to play that system, Dan. You know the system I would play. I just can't stand that we play a system with wide men that doesn't require the wide men to actually do what wide men normally do. That's the frustrating thing for me. And I know I'm going to take it to the extreme now, but like when you look at the game last night and you look at some of the wide play of people like Krashkilia and Barcola and Dembele, and you go, God, look at these wingers. Look, they're actually doing what wingers should do. And then ours get the ball cut inside. And I just think it's just robotic. Like it's just, as fans, we want to get off our seat, don't we? We want to,
look,
I want a bit of magic somewhere,
Right. I'm going to be very depressing now and I'll have my little rant with it. Yeah, football these days, I haven't got the love for it anymore. I like it. I still love my football sort of thing, but it's more of like, how do I describe this? Oh, Wednesday, time for that thing, is it? Come on then. It's sort of like that for me now. Football is not what it was. Football, when you go back to the 90s, when I started loving my football, and when you look at the 2000s and that, and when you had flair on that pitch, you had players that would do things on that pitch, players that would charge up their line, take on 3 men, and get knocked out in the process or get through them, hammer it into the ball for someone to come charging in and smash it in the net. Pass, next man runs it up the front, takes on 2 men and everything. Now, to me, it is so athletic and robotic, it is almost boring. Even when you've got extremely good teams like City, I still don't look at them and think they're great. Yeah, they're great for modern day. But then I go back and look at teams in 2000 and that, and I know what I would rather watch as football. For me, football has got so robotic and so AI and so athletic that it's actually quite boring now compared to what I used to watch. I mean, name me 3 Premier League players that you would say play off a pure flair, like a Figo used to. We all know Figo was brilliant, but he played off nothing but flair, through and through. Name me a player that we've got like that. There is no flair in there. There's no players in there with that attitude of a Ronaldo or a Ronaldinho or a Figo, or we can go over to Italy and we can name other players that have been in the Premier League of like, I'm better than you and I'm going to school you and watch it with a big smug smile on his face. There just isn't that in the Premier League anymore. We've got people like Kevin De Bruyne who, okay, he's getting past it. But again, for me, yeah, okay, good passes, good goal here and there, but he doesn't light me up, if you get what I mean. Just nobody really does it. The closest to it probably is possibly Haaland, the way he plays. Apart from that, I just don't see no flair in it anymore. It all depends on how you want to play,
right? It all depends how you want to play. Like one of the things I like about Man City when I watch them play is their wingers run at people. I like that, right? One of the things that bores the crap out of me about watching Tottenham most games, not all games, but most games, is pass, midfield, defense, midfield, out wide, back into the midfield. And it's like death by a million passes, but without the end product. And for me, That's what I'd love to see in the summer, Dan. Just go out and get. That's why I wanted an Eze, somebody who drops the shoulder. You know, players like Elise, Eze, they're few and far between, but they are little bits of a maverick. You know, get the ball, drive at players, little shuffle, little Cruyff turn.
Yeah,
I desperately feel that this team needs that. I think we've got a lot of good eggs, should we say? I think we've got a lot of good eggs, Dan, that probably say the right things, do the right things. But I don't know if there's that one maverick. There's that guy where you go, like, as any Spurs player this year, and I'll ask anyone in the chat as well, can you think of any moment this year when a Spurs player's done something and you've gone, wow. Like I'm not saying, oh, good goal, but like where you've gone, oh, that was naughty. Like, wow, that was worth the entrance fee.
I think the closest I've seen to that is Porro's goal, if I remember right, where he got it up the pitch, cut inside, smashed it with his right foot and put it in the back of the net. I think that is the closest one I've seen to it. But apart from that, it's like you say, even down to a lot of the goals these days, they're boring. They're not. I haven't got the same passion for football that I used to, because football hasn't got the same passion that it used to have. And this just isn't just Spurs. This is football as a whole. Yes, you've still got electrifying teams out there to watch like Barcelona, but that's just a different kettle of fish. It just hasn't got the same passion in the game. Even down to the fact that I must admit, I'm really going to go on one with that one, is the fact that they come out of the line, the tunnel, and they're all talking like they're friends. And after the game, they're kissing and cuddling and that. And why don't they just sit down and blow a few fairies out there as well and have a bonfire and shit and say kumbaya? I'm like, no. I used to love it when it used to be Arsenal and bloody Man U that used to come out, and Patrick Vieira and Roy Keane were literally punching up on the pitch on there, and Gary Neville's kicking off with who there and everything else. It was getting after each other. They're basically walking off looking at each other like, yeah, I'll do you the next time. Maybe that's just my age that shows that. These days, for me, it's all just too nice.
Yeah, no, he's a bit too nice. You just want a bit of nastiness, a bit not nastiness in a bad way, but you know, that bit of ag. I just want someone with a bit of ag. You know, like even look at a player, not the greatest footballer I've ever seen by any stretch of the imagination, but look when you had people like Robbie Savage who played, and he'd had that bit of ag, that bit of getting stuck in and winding people up. I just don't feel that we've got that. It feels a bit like, and that's where I think you need that experience. I think you need that leadership. I think we need to get a couple of proven winners that are men, like proper men in the team, rather than when you sign a lot of kids, they've not got that, Dan, right? They've really not got it.
It's just, I still want my player like my Vinnie Jones who step back on his man and pretty much stamp on the fella's toe and stuff like that. Yeah, people will say that's disgusting or whatever, but I used to love that sort of thing in football. I used to love it when Roy Keane would come out and say, right, I remember you, and take the man clean out. Yeah, some say it's dirty, some say it's savage. Well, sorry, I like that sort of thing. I watch UFC. I like watching men play football and get stuck into a game of football. I used to love playing football and get stuck into a game where you'd walk off at the end of the pitch feeling like you had a good kicking. You'd look at the fella next to you who's took you out several times and you've took him out several times. You'd give him a nod of respect. He'd do the same. But you wouldn't go to each other after and be best friends after or nothing like that. I used to love the way the team used to get stuck into it, the way there was passion in it, the way there was that bit of, I don't want to use the word violence, but there was that aggression in it. There was that flair in it. It had everything. Now for me, not just Spurs, but football is just too AI for me now. Too athletic, too tiptoe sort of thing. And I just haven't got the same passion for it that I used to. I still love it, but the passion isn't really there. Mm-hmm. That's just me having my rant about football as a whole, not just
no, it's fine. Listen, let me come to box office just before we do.
Right, Alex.
It's funny because when I asked about who's got you off your seat and did that Maverick thing, I think people are really clutching at straws now. We're talking about Van der Ven running the length for the pitch against Man United. Like, do you know what I mean? We're really clutching at straws for anything. Where are we? Just quickly, Alex, before I bring you in. Big up Mark Taylor, who said, I'll give you a super chat, Savva. Listen, I'm not asking for super chats, but if people don't spend their money, it's a free show. at least smash the like button and subscribe. Honestly, this last 2 weeks, getting subscribers has been like punching myself in the face. It is just infuriating. So if anyone hasn't subscribed, there's 500 of you in here. Please do. The link is pinned. That would be much appreciated. And Mark Taylor's put in a super sticker as well. Really appreciate you, Mark. Thank you very much for your generosity. Mr. Box Office, 20 minutes until Spurs play in Europe. How are you feeling?
I'm glad to. Can you hear me? Can you hear me right now?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. I'm just streaming from my phone. Yeah, big up, Dan, by the way. By the way, Dan, you're absolutely speaking facts, by the way, because I agree with you absolutely 100% what you say. I've been saying it for quite a while now about the game and stuff. I think it is very robotic as well, to be honest with you. So you're absolutely spot on, by the way. Yeah, for me, the game today, I fully expect us to get a victory for me. I think you mentioned it earlier today, earlier in the stream. I think, I just think we should have too much for them. The only thing I'm a bit concerned about is that front three. I just think it's a bit. I don't like it. I'm not going to have a go at Tell because he's too young, which is the problem with our team. Put too many youngsters in our team for me, and too much over expectation on him. Johnson, if he doesn't score a goal, he's played terrible for me. Sorry. If I called Haaland the above average John Carew without the goals, I'm going to call him the below average Raheem Sterling without the goals anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry. Johnson needs to score a goal, or for me, he's non-existent for me. Son, yeah, well, this is your time to shine now, mate. This is your time to shine. You know what I mean? Bentancur, stop being the Juventus reject, but you're still a Juventus reject for me. And yeah, it's good to see Jed Spence playing his own actual position today. So yeah, but I fully expect us to win the game today. I fully expect us to win the game today. And if we don't win the game today, I think we can do it in the second leg. And Solanke will come on anyway and do something anyway because he's on the sub bench, isn't he? So I just fully expect us to win the game today. I don't think there should be any problems. After what I've seen, the highlights of Alkmaar, I don't see any problem. You know what I mean? So when I come back from gym, I expect us to be at least one or two goals up. That's what I'm saying at the moment. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, no. Listen, I remember. I agree with everything you said, Alex. It's crazy. We said on the show earlier, mate, that when I woke up this morning, I said it all week. I feel like we're going to win this game comfortably. And the moment I say we're going to win it comfortably, I get people telling me, "Oh, you can't think that." If I had rocked up to Alex and said, "Well, I expect us to lose 2-0," I would have been told that you can't think that. I'm not really sure what is acceptable now as an opinion as a YouTuber, but I look at them. They've got some decent players. Seen them play a few times this year. I'd be disappointed to lose to this lot. That would be the word I'd use. I'd be really, really disappointed. But I do expect them to come out quite quickly. They're at home. I do expect them to come flying at us. I just hope that we don't do anything silly. And I know everyone takes the piss out of me for always saying this, Dan. I always say, don't I? Nothing silly, Spurs. Don't do anything silly. But that's always what I hope.
It's just that is the problem with Spurs. We haven't got this name Spursy in the dictionary for no reason. It is there for a reason. And in any game, obviously you're going to have the more positive, the more negative, this, that, and that. But I don't deny it. In literally any game I watch, even if we're winning. My prime example is, even if it was the last game of the season and we were 4 points clear and we've won the season sort of thing, we'd lose the game, the other team would win the game, we'd be 1 point clear, and I'd still be looking over my shoulder for something to go wrong that we've done, that we get deducted 2 points or whatever and lose the league.
Yeah.
It's Spursy. And there is always a moment in a game where I'm just looking at it and just thinking, can you just work as a unit? Can you just know the situation at the moment and just work as a team and not just do one stupid thing that costs us a bloody goal?
Yeah.
Can somebody know where his other man is? Even down to the way Germany used to play it. If you used to put if you could have put scarves around their heads spun them around 10 times on the pitch, put them in different places, and still they would know where every player was going to be. Sometimes our team, it just doesn't seem to know their next man, and then they get lost for it.
I'll tell you what I've noticed, that the last 2 nights in watching Champions League football, watching how well drilled teams are, I sat there and I thought to myself, I'm glad we're not in Champions League. I know people will think that's negative, but I look at these teams and go, we are a million miles away. Miles away.
Savva, if we would have been Liverpool last night, we would have got beaten 15-0. No ifs or buts about it. PSG absolutely tore them a new one last night.
Oh, they were sensational last night.
And Liverpool took it and took it and took it and took their chance and beat them 1-0 when they really should have lost that game 7-1. And it was also down to a spectacular goalkeeper, what he done that day. But the way PSG tore them apart, if that would have been a little old Spursy team like us there, I'm telling you, we would have lost that game double figures. PSG looked evil last night, and Liverpool took it all and did the job. We wouldn't be able to do that against a team like PSG. We wouldn't be able to handle that even against a team like Liverpool, like they've showed us and pulled our trousers down a few times. Can you imagine us playing up against Bayern Munich again? Can you imagine us playing a team like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter Milan? You go through them. There's just no point on us even being in the Champions League at the minute because we would get embarrassed. Yes, I would love being in the Champions League, but no, I do not want to go into a competition and just get totally made look like a schoolboy. At least in the Europa, we're in our level as such. Just
honestly, Dan, the way that PSG team are playing, and you watch even Real Madrid, I'm sorry, we'll get absolutely embarrassed. I'm sorry.
It's an
understatement. And it's like I just don't see it right now. But like, listen, I don't want to go too far ahead on myself. I'm just looking at what I saw yesterday. You know what I mean? We were just having that conversation earlier today, wasn't it? But it's just for me today, and I think we've got an even more better chance now. And again, it's putting things in perspective here. Everyone knows what I feel about this team, about Ange. You know what I mean? Everyone knows what I feel about Ange. But for me, this is a great opportunity for us right now. I don't see anything else than that really to make a good go at it this season. And we think with what we've seen before with other teams like English teams, I think we should have an opportunity here. You know what I mean? So. You know, and that's a lot for me to say when you know what I feel about this manager. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think we all are kind of on the same page on this one, isn't it? Really, especially today. I'm sorry, there's no excuses.
I agree, Alex. Just quickly, I'm seeing a couple of conversations in the chat. You know when you get little glimpses of chats, and I'm seeing people go, "Oh, anyone who wants Bergvall to start over Basuma needs their head checked. Anyone who wants Basuma to start over Bergvall." Look, for me, I feel like I feel like the only conversation I'd have with that is I like Bergvall. I do think he's another one that we've absolutely put on a pedestal before he's actually done anything. We've really gone overboard, but he's a very different player to Basuma. I think the one thing you need to look at is if they start to overrun us in midfield the way Man City do, then you will need a Basuma or Sarr type, Dan. And we saw that in the second half when he brought on Sarr. And I don't think Sarr's a good footballer, but Sarr started to mop up a lot more. You know, I think that's my only... I said this to you at the beginning of this show. That's my worry with this midfield three. From what I've seen of them, I don't think there's an enforcer in there.
No, not at all. But this is the point I made earlier. If things do start going like that, for me, he has got absolutely no excuses. If it starts going like that, this is where we are going to see the true managed capability of Angepostecoglou, because he has actually got players on that bench that he can turn into a plan B. If it starts going like that, he can take off Bergvall and put on Basuma. Total different player. There's a bit of extra muscle on the pitch. Yes, we all know what Basuma can and can't do, and he goes tits up and like this and that. My point is, we have got a bench where we can use a plan be. Now, if they start muscling us up in the middle, getting the better of us down the sides, this or that, or we can see they're open or whatever, we have got players on that bench that can change the style of the game. He has got a blatant option now to have a plan B if it is needed.
Absolutely.
Now we see the chance. If things start going wrong, especially in the middle, has he got the managerial capability to see it and change it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And by the way, for anyone that did watch PSG last night, I thought their midfield three of Neves, Ruiz, and Vitinha. Wow, those three just couldn't try. And I'll tell you what, Dembele was on fire. Like, I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen a bigger robbery of a game than Liverpool last night. Like, listen, it's the sign of a great team. But listen, they were, was it 27 shots to 2 in the game? Like, it was absolutely crazy. But there were lots of people
Alisson had to make how many saves, and it weren't just one. Do you know what? What Alisson? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're right.
I would say one of the best performances I've ever seen off a goalkeeper was that Champions League final, Real Madrid, and I can't remember where Courtois was. Courtois. I can't even say the man's name.
It was Liverpool, wasn't
it? I think it might have been Liverpool.
It was Liverpool,
where their goalkeeper, the one that was at Chelsea, I can't say his name, the Belgian one. You know I'm terrible with saying names. His performance was one of the best goalkeepers' performances I've ever seen in my life. What I saw last night off Alisson, it was up there with that. He didn't just make one world-class save. He made about 3 or 4 world-class saves and 3 or 4 very, very good saves. He kept them in that game as well. He was man of the match all day long.
Yeah, it's just a shame they couldn't finish their dinner. I mean, watching it, I was sitting there thinking, this goal is coming. This goal is absolutely coming. And it never did. But I'm really intrigued. Last thing I'll say on that, because we're here for Spurs. We'll get some predictions in a minute. But the game at Anfield, Liverpool won't play like that. The game at Anfield, Liverpool's fans won't allow them to not have any of the football at their own ground. And that could open it up a bit more for PSG. But I've been thoroughly impressed every time I've watched PSG this year. They just look so well organised. But look, Dan, let's there's 9 minutes till kickoff. So I'm going to ask for your score prediction. And everyone in the chat, please let me know your score prediction. Please, as always, if you just put 3-1, for example, are you saying 3-1 to Spurs or 3-1 being 3 as the home team? Let me know. So I've gone with 3-1 to Tottenham. Dan, what are you going for? And let's see those scores start to come in, please.
I'm going 3-1 with Spurs as well. The reason I don't think I've ever given a prediction of late where I'm saying 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, whatever to Spurs, because somehow or another, 9 times out of 10, we concede a goal. I'm saying 3-1 to Spurs. I personally think we should clearly have this one in the box. And also, with the subs bench we've got, I think we've got a lot too much for them. I mean, the Dutch league is one of the lower leagues. Don't get me wrong, it's had some of the best players on the planet ever come out of it. But the league itself is not a strong league. We are a dominant team to AZ, player for player. So it says on paper. And we are in a dominant league compared to them. We should actually be doing this. Just don't be complacent on it. Don't be Spurs. 3-1 to us.
I completely agree with you. Look, Dan, if it's okay with you, I'm going to finish off the last 5 minutes before time. But listen, thanks so much for coming on, man. Always good to see you.
Take care, everyone. See you later.
The best comment I've seen all night is someone saying that Dan looks like he's about to have a lap dance. I thought that looked, that was...
So I'll put the red lights on with it as well, yeah.
I don't know how they know what the inside of a strip club looks like, but big up, Dan. Thank you very much, and thanks for your time, man.
No problem. Take care of yourself. See you later.
Take care. So, guys and girls, the game's going to kick off in 7 minutes. Let's get some score predictions in. Warren has gone with 3-1 Spurs. Dan Skyline has gone with 2-1 to AZ. 2-1 to Spurs. Yomi's gone with 2-2, the old Desmond. Zealous has gone 4-0 Spurs. Troy Parrott hat-trick. 3-1 AZ. Wow, what odds would you get on that? I can't see it. 2-2, another Desmond. Big up, Alex. Thank you very much, my man. Spurs win 4-2, says Mamba. 2-0 Spurs. Nicholas Nichols has gone with a 3-1 loss. Nick Gray has gone with 4-1 Spurs. And by the way, in the poll, 63% of 450 people have gone for Spurs to win. 22% have said draw, and 14% think that we're going to lose. The two marks show. Big up to the two marks. It's gone with 2-2, 2-1 Spurs, says Harvey. PSG has said 3-2 to Spurs, 2-0 to Spurs, says John. Nelly says 4-2. Dan E's better half has gone with 2-1 to Spurs. Big up to you, Beth. Hope you are well. And thank you for the kind words about my little puppy, Stanley. So thank you very much for that. 3-1 Spurs. Ryan G has gone AZ1, Tottenham 3. He's gone with the same as me. Stiana said, don't think we'll be able to finish our dinner. 1-1 draw. 2-1 to Spurs. Mark has gone. Big up, Dan. Take care, Dan. We all love you, Dan. Big up Savva and chat. Big up to you, Avi. Avi bringing the guns. Big up to you, my man. Desmond, someone else. Got a few Desmonds going on at the moment. 2-1 Tottenham, 2-1 Spurs. Looks like I've been one of the more positive ones tonight. 1-0 AV has gone 4-2 to Tottenham, says Dave Hamilton. 3-1 to Spurs. It could well be, Mark. Listen, I think it all depends on how we play. If we don't do anything silly, I fully expect us to win this comfortably. Michael's gone with 3-1 Spurs. 1-1. Our attack is weak, says RO. 1-1 from Fiona. 1-0 to Tottenham. 3-0 Tottenham. 1-0. Is that 1-0 AZ or 1-0 Tottenham? Let me know. Right, it's a boring game. Frustrating offense, but we will win 1-0. I mean, listen, I think any sort of win, I think we're comfortably through. I can't see them coming to our ground and beating us. Queen Ellie Hoiberger said, Dutch fans are fabulous at cheering on their clubs. PSV, when we played them at Wembley in the Champions League, they didn't stop chanting the entire match. Let me shamelessly ask as well, before the game starts, guys and girls, can we get 5 or 6 more subs in the last 4 minutes before the game starts? Smash that subscribe button. The link is pinned, and smash the like button as well. It'll be much appreciated from everyone. Dave A has gone 2-1 to Tottenham. Rich, big up to you, Rich. Says it's going to be 2-1 to Tottenham. Tony has gone with AZ Alkmaar 3. Spurs 2. Stanley is not in here at the moment. He's a live wire. I've left him downstairs with his mum so that she can deal with him while she's working. I do not have Stanley in the room with me. I have got, by the way, I've got cables for the skybox, the TV, the computer, 3 different lights, this sign, my charger, and this puppy wants to chew every single cable the puppy wants to chew. Big up to you. 3-1 to Alkmaar. I can't see it myself. Tony Austin, big up to you, Tony. Said I must win. Can't be trusted at home. Still 1-0 Spurs. Big up to you. And thank you to whoever did just subscribe. It really, really is appreciated. Putting a lot of hard work. So when we get the subscribers, YouTubers, we really do appreciate it. So the teams are coming onto the pitch right now. There's Troy Parrott, number 9 for AZ Alkmaar. The Dutch crowd look just all waving their scarves. It looks absolutely mental there. Let's hope that we can silence that somewhat. Yomi, very good banter. The puppy wants to chew the A to Z of the Alkmaar. Big up. Great banter. Anyone got any more puppy puns about my dog chewing through cables? Let's see. Here is the Tottenham team. Sonny's there with a captain's armband. James Maddison, Spence, Tell, Ben. I'll go through the team properly in a minute. I'll go through the team properly in a minute when they put them up on the screen. Big up to Stevie Boy, who said 2-0 Spurs. Also, wait until the pup digs holes outside. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's madness. We just took him for a checkup this afternoon, and Oh my gosh. He's just a little live wire. The vet was just like trying to, he's this big, just trying to hold him just like everywhere. Mamba said, let's go, boys. Time to shut up and get over the line. Absolutely. Big up to you, Mark. Big up to you. Enjoy the game. And let's just hope Spurs do the straightforward thing for once. Let's hope they do the straightforward thing. Let me see if I can quickly familiarize myself with the, I've left this way too late. Let me see if I can familiarize myself. Hang on, I'll tell you what, I don't know what I'm doing here. It's going to be on the screen, isn't it? So, AZ Alkmaar, I've gone with Owusu Udaru in goal. Makuma, Goes, Penetra and Wolf at the back. Coop Miners, Burmeister and Classy in midfield with Poku, Parrott and Lardo up front. So Parrott, obviously someone we know very well. Players on the bench. The name that would probably stand out will be Martins Indy, if anyone remembers Martins Indy. And the Tottenham team is Vicario in goal, a back four of Jed Spence, Danso, Gray, and Adogi. A midfield three of Bentancur, Bergval, and James Maddison. And then up front, you've got Tell, Son, and Brennan Johnson. So Sonny comes to the centre circle, shakes hands with Classy, and we should be ready to go. Yeah, Jordy Classy, lots of experience for them. Let me actually familiarize myself with this team. Yeah, so it's the Classy, Burmeister, and Coop Miners. Coop Miners is 6, Burmeister is 28. Classy, Burmeister, Coop Miners, Poku, Parrott, Lardo, Classy. Okay. Actually, let's leave that on just so that I can see. So the Spurs bench is come on, show the bench. Show the bench, please. The Spurs bench is Austin, Whiteman, Basuma, Romero, Solanke, Porro, Odeberg, Son, Van der Ven, Scarlett, and more. So a very strong squad tonight for Tottenham Hotspur. A very strong squad. AZ Alkmaar at home, Tottenham away. Let's see what happens, guys. It is 6:45 in the UK, which would probably be 6:45 of the Dutch are an hour in front. We'll see. I'm just going to check the timer. The game hasn't started, just so you know. I always check the timer to make sure I've got it right. The game has not kicked off yet. Don't worry, guys. Troy Parrott looking like a man now. We sent him away, a boy. He's looking like a man. Hopefully he doesn't come back to haunt us. And at half-time, I will have a wee. So Spurs are going to get the game underway with Bergval. And I will give you as much commentary as I can, people. You know how we roll. The referee blows his whistle. Bergval kicks us off. And we're underway. We are underway in the Netherlands as Adogi plays the ball down the line. And it's a throw into Tottenham on the left-hand side. Let's see. Yeah, Christopher said, that Parrott's got 17 goals so far this season. Yeah, he's having a good year. Let's see what he does here tonight. Here's Danso, who's playing left side of the defence. And now here's Burmeister, tackled by James Maddison. And then the ball goes out for a Spurs throw-in. So here's a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur on the left-hand side. By the way, can you let me know? Hopefully my sound is all good for you. If I sit this way, it'd be much easier. Apologies that you get to see me side on and my massive nose. Look. So Danso with a header clear. Bergval then knocks it down but gives it away. Troy Parrott is being marked at the moment by Danso in the middle, but they're going to come down this left-hand side. Now they're cutting on the right. Need to get used to who is what number here. Okay. So Burmeister 28, Coop -6, Classy 8. Okay. So here's Poku, who looks like he started on the right-hand side, just evading the tackle of Adogi. Gets it back to the centre-half, who plays it out wide to Wolf, who is the left-back. Wolf plays a good ball down the line, and they're in here. Good defending by Archie Gray. Can he save it for a corner? He did very well there, Archie Gray. Then clears the ball and the clearance wasn't good, but the initial defending was. And now AZ Alkmaar are going to come forward again. They've given the ball away. And here's Bergvall. He can drive through midfield, lays it off to a Dogi in the left back area. So, not a lot's happened so far. Just that one ball down the line there by Alkmaar. But here's Jed Spence. Gives it to Brennan Johnson. Back to Jed Spence. He's cut into the midfield. And he's gone back to Bentancur. He lays it off to Danso. Danso goes out wide to Adogi. Gives it to Bergvall. Tottenham just doing their million passes across the midfield at the moment. It's now with Gray at the back. He passes it back into Bergvall in midfield. He sweeps the ball out wide to Son. His first touch on the ball. And Son's pass is a really poor one and goes straight the way through to the goalkeeper, who is Owusu Aduro. Somebody was saying on here earlier that apparently he's a really good goalkeeper. So watch out for him. Parrott now heads the ball down. And they're getting a lot of space already on this left-hand side, down our right-back area. They've laid the ball off. The cross has come in. And it's, I tell you what, it was very close to being 1-0. Troy Parrott, the cross came in. I think it was, I want to say it was Wolf on the overlap. Yeah. So it was Burmeister who played it into Wolf, who was onside. Wolf crossed it into Parrott. And I can't quite see what happened. He's adamant it's a corner. The ref's given a goal kick, but a warning sign there twice there for Spurs. Again, we talk about this a lot, guys. Teams target us down our right back area. Yeah, it's not new. Every team does it. And here's Jed Spence. He's going to hold off the challenge of Classy. He's done really well, and he's won a free kick. Good play there from Jed Spence, holding the ball up. And Classy went in too hard on him, and it's a free kick for Tottenham Hotspur. But already, the warning sign there. Or the warning sign, just not this right-hand side. And again, yeah, you're right. There was no winger getting back to defend. Now, here's Matisse Tell, who's dropped to the centre. He's dropped to the centre circle. Now, Bergvall can play the ball down the line to Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson plays it inside, then gets the ball back again. And then Bentancur lays it off to Bergvall. Spurs... Hang on, here comes, it's a free kick. Sorry, it's a free kick for the foul on Burmeister. Is that Burmeister? Let me double check. Yeah, the foul on Burmeister by Bergvall. And Bergvall's all, you just got to, sorry, was that Burmeister? Sorry, I might have made that up. Sorry, it wasn't. It was Lardo. Sorry, it was Lardo, number 23. Lardo. And Bergvall just, we know he's always a little bit tenacious, shall we say. Lardo is down at the moment. He's getting a little bit of attention from the physio. They're just showing Van Bommel in the stands. The younger Van Bommel, by the way, not the older Van Bommel. Good player, Van Bommel. It's a big miss for them. But the player is still down, so you're not missing anything. So gives you a chance to please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would be much appreciated. So Lardo is up now, but he is limping. And Bergvall, I don't think it was too sinister, but he did follow through. Oh, yeah. Oh, actually looks quite painful. Lardo he's in a bit of pain here. I don't know is he going to continue? He's limping off. I think he might try and run this off. Looks like he's going to come back on. They'll want to keep him on because he is the left-sided forward. Anyway, the free kick cleared by Archie Gray, only as far as Classy. And now the ball goes out wide, but it's a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur. So there has been a goal already tonight, by the way. There has been a goal, and it has come in Turkey. Fenerbahce 1-0. Rangers 1. So Glasgow Rangers have taken the lead against Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. 1-0. Rangers have the first goal in that game. Here's Tottenham. We haven't done anything going forward yet. So can we do something here? Here's Maddison. It's all too, I don't know, it's just all a bit robotic from Spurs. Can Tell do something now? He gets on the ball, dinks a high ball forward into Brennan Johnson, brings it down, lays it back into the path of Jed Spence. Back to Johnson. Back to Spence. It's just a bit, I feel like it's a bit too slow. There's no rush, but it's a bit too slow. Lardo looks like he's gone down again. I don't think he's going to be able to continue. I don't think he's going to be able to continue. He's gone down, and I think they're going to have to make a substitution here early on for the foul by Bergvall just now has taken out of him. He is a bit rash, isn't he, Harry? I'm seeing your comment in the chat. Yeah, he is. He is a bit rash. I don't think it was a red. I don't think it was on purpose, but he needs to sort it out. And coming on for, let's have a look. It is going to be Denso. Is that Denso Cassius coming on? Looks like it's Cassius, who's a left. I think isn't he a defender? So we'll see what goes on here. But so just like the game at White Hart Lane, AZ having to make an early substitution. And now Spurs have got the ball in the centre circle with Danso, gives it to Spence, to Udogie. Udogie is coming forward with a ball, lays it off to Son. Can we see something from Son? There's a Spurs player down here. There's a Spurs player down. And he's back up onto his feet. It was James Maddison. And now here's Archie Gray. Gives the ball out wide to Brennan Johnson. So far, 9 minutes, haven't seen anything from Spurs as an attacking force. But Spence goes into Bentancur. Into Danso. He goes across. It's all a bit slow from Spurs at the moment. Back into Maddison. And have you noticed our attacking, our creative players are having to drop so deep to get the ball because we're so slow getting it to them. Spence down the line to Johnson. And then he plays it across into Danso. Danso goes out to Udogie, to Son, and Son, his pass was poor, but luckily he won it back. And then it goes back to Danso, now back to Son again. He gives it 5 yards to Tell. Tell and Maddison are dropping so deep to get this football. They are dropping so deep to get the ball because the ball is going nowhere near them up top. Anyway, here's a break from Alkmaar. They've whipped the ball all the way across. Poku now on the left-hand side is going to take them on. Poku's taken us on. He's run, he's shot, and he's dragged it wide. And another warning sign for Spurs. And everything AZ are doing, guys, you don't need me to tell you this. Everything they're doing, AZ, is coming down this left-hand side. And now the substitute who came on has gone down injured, Cassius. But that was really poor from Danso. He gave the ball away. And Cassius crossed the ball. And then there was no one on him. He went down injured. I don't know whether they're going to have to sub. But Poku got into space. They overloaded on the left-hand side and dragged his shot. And now Spurs, we've had 2 good opportunities on our own goal here. And we need to be careful. We need to be careful. It's been a really lackluster start from Tottenham, should we say. And again, we keep getting caught out. So here's Udogie, plays the ball down the line. Sonny's going to try and wriggle through. Bentancur goes back to Danso. It's all a bit tight in there, but now Danso can turn. Maddison to Son. Wasn't the best ball, but Spurs have come away with it. Now Maddison fires the ball into Tell. Tell, good control by him, flicks it over the defender's head, brings it down, back to Gray, now out wide to Spence. We've got to watch out for the counter. Yeah, absolutely, Dan. Got to watch, as always, teams know how to play against us. Whether they can execute it is a different matter. Archie Gray now over to Danso. Now to Spence, to Adogi. I keep thinking Spence is on the left. Now Bentancur fires the ball forward, really poor ball, and gives it away. And now Bentancur's given the ball away twice in about 10 seconds. Really poor from Bentancur again. For me, just not good enough. Not good enough. AZ Alkmaar with a goal kick, but the goal kick wasn't good. And that can now be taken down by Adogi. And he goes to Danso. No doubt that Danso will pass it to Gray. Of course he does. And Gray will pass it back to Adogi. Out wide to Madison. And now Son has drifted inside. I don't think we've been in their final third, have we? In the final third. We've had all the ball. We've had 76% of the game. Done the square root of nothing with it. And there's an awful ball by Bentancur again. Guys, can someone tell me in the chat, am I being harsh here or has Bentancur been absolutely awful? Poku runs through Tottenham, evades 2 tackles, gives it back to the central midfielder, and now it's a free kick. He's pulling it back. Bentancur just looks awful. He gives the ball away so much, but if you mention it, you get in trouble and you're negative. He just gives it away far too much, Bentancur. There's a ball over the top. Poku is going to... Archie Gray there. Archie Gray got away with one. Really weak defending from Archie Gray that time. And luckily his partner came and helped him out. Here's Poku. He's left the ball here for Wolf. Wolf now lays the ball across and Bentancur gets back and Gray can clear it. Bentancur's done well recovering, but his passing's been really bad. And here's Classy. He goes out wide to Cassius. And now the ball in by Classy again. And it's won by Adogi, who gets back well. And it's a throw-in. Adogi, again, too slow there. He got back, done well, and then wants so much time on the ball, Adogi. And they won the throw-on. And now here's AZ Alkmaar having a little spell of possession. And here's Penetra to Wolf. Back to Penetra. He goes across to his defensive partner, Goes, and he goes out to the goalkeeper, who then plays the ball wide. Brought down, won really well by Danso. Flicked on by Adogi, but really poor again. We just can't keep hold of the football. And now Gray does well, steps into midfield, wins the ball. Now Gray, oh, come on, drive forward with it. And now Gray, that pretty much sums it up. Gray did really well to win the ball. And then he can't pass. I'm going to say it. I keep saying this every stream. He's passing. Gray, when he steps, I know we're not allowed to say it and he's young, but it doesn't excuse his passing. Really, but Mark, is it just me or every game I'm seeing that Gray wins the ball well and then his passing just gives it away? Here's Brennan Johnson, lays the ball off to Son. Sonny's going to have a shot from about 30 yards that hits the defender, loops up into the arms. Yeah, I just don't know. I keep being told he's got a really good passing range, but for me, if he plays in centre mid, his passing's got to get a lot better than what I'm seeing. So, an interesting game. Spurs have done absolutely nothing as an attacking force here. 15 minutes gone in the Netherlands. But the score is still 0-0. Now the ball goes out wide to Darius. Back to Makuma, who's gone back to the goalkeeper. He gives it to Penetra. Now out to Wolf. Getting hang of the names, by the way. If I repeat them a lot, so I'm just getting used to the names. And then the ball is played forward, brought down really well by Bamista. He's looked quite good so far. And now Goes, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but he's brought the ball down. And now Spurs have given the ball away again in midfield. Bentancur again. And here's Koopmeiners. He's given it to Wolf. And the ball's gone off Spence. And I think it's gone out for a corner. But AZ are doing all the good things in this game. Spurs are having a lot of the football and doing nothing with it. International Observer, exactly. And this is what I mean. You know, we're nearly 2 years into Ange's reign and we still can't pass the ball as a team. Anyway, it's going to be a corner kick taken by Coop Miners, the younger brother of. Coop Miners is going to whip this in. Is he, or is he going to go short to Burmeister, who's there with him? He's whipped it into the 6-yard box. It's gone all the way round to the back. It's sliced off. It's 1-0. It's absolutely dreadful from Tottenham Hotspur. It's an own goal. It's an own goal. Oh, my gosh. What was he doing? Oh, Bergfowl, what were you doing, mate? Really, really poor from Tottenham there. First and foremost, if we look at the giving the ball away that led to the corner, again, Bentancur, I'm sorry, I've said this so many times. He really is overrated. The corner came in. No one was marking Parrott. Parrott put a really harmless ball into the 6-yard box, and Bergfowl has swiped at it, and it's looped over the head of, is that Spence? And gone into the bottom corner. Really, really poor from Tottenham so far. Really, really poor from Tottenham so far. Here's Danso. The game can get started. And listen, there's a long way to go. It's 2 legs, but, you know, I thought we might come out. You know, I thought we might come out with a bit of urgency, a bit of pressing, a bit of, you know, attacking, and it's been very lackluster. So 18 and a half minutes gone, and a free throw-in one for AZ Alkmaar. But who was marking? Guys, you all saw that, right? Who was marking Troy Parrott? Who was marking him? He was at the back post all alone. No one decided to go with him. Here's Bentancur. Gives the ball away again. Please get Bentancur off. Please. They're running through us. And in the end, James Maddison got back and won the ball and then wins the foul. Bentancur looks awful. Bentancur looks absolutely horrific, by the way. Horrific. Just atrocious from Bentancur today. So 1-0 to AZ Alkmaar. 1-0. We don't want to start getting 2 behind. We don't want that, because that's a long way to come back from. But so far, we just look void of all ideas. Now, here's Bergfowl driving through the midfield. It's the first chance for Spurs to really do something as an attacking force. Here's Sonny, plays the ball down the line, and the ball's cleared, and off of Udogie, it's going to be a goal kick to AZ Alkmaar. Roms, my boy. I love you, Roms. I love Roms. You are... Roms, are you watching this? It is hard work, isn't it, mate? It is truly, truly hard work. I don't know. Listen, there's a long way to go, but it's just a tough watch. Roms, next time you're live with me on stream and people tell me, yeah, but Ange plays attacking football, can you please remind them of what we're watching here? AZ have taken the ball off Udogie there far too easily. Far too easily. Now AZ playing it into Troy Parrott. Troy Parrott gives the ball away. Now Bergfowl. Can he make up for what was a really, really poor own goal? You don't slice at the ball like that in your own box. And then was it Makuma? I believe, is it Makuma? Makuna has taken the ball off Son like candy from a baby. Yeah, really, really poor. Yeah, listen, Roms, I think that, you know, look, there's a long way to go, my man. There's a long way to go. Of course, I'm not naive enough to think that we will lose this game, but it's just been so lackluster. I don't know what they work on in training. Like Brennan Johnson there. Look at Brennan Johnson. He's the nearest man to Parrott, and he just switched off. So AZ Alkmaar 1, Tottenham 0, and this has been a really poor first quarter of this 90 minutes by Tottenham Hotspur. It can only get better, surely. It can only get better, surely. Troy Parrott has just gone off, had some things stuck up his nose, got a bloody nose, but he's now back on the pitch. Here's Bentancur, fires a ball into Bergvall. He gives it to Johnson, back down the line to Bergvall. He goes back to Johnson, 5 yards into Bentancur, back to Johnson, cross in. Again, he can't cross. Brennan Johnson can't cross a ball. He can't cross a ball. Just look up. Look up. Doesn't. Here's Spence into Bentancur. Back to Spence. Bentancur looks so lethargic. Now, here's a good run from Danso, who's got the ball. He's managed to find a ball into Tell. Tell's laid it off for Spence. Spence thought about the shot. He's given it to Johnson, who's played it in again to Spence. And his ball in, really weak and timid into the arms of Owusu Aduro. Yeah, Daz, it was just everything you're taught not to do, right? But, I mean, let's have a look at what was Brennan Johnson doing? Why was he not marking Troy Parrott? The goalkeeper now has got route one, has got Poku one-on-one with Gray. Spence is going to go and help him out. Poku now twisting, turning, lays it back into the path of Wolf, the left back. Wolf now goes across to Goes at centre half. I wish I knew how to say some of their names. And the ball's gone down the line. And AZ Alkmaar just popping it about nicely at the moment. And that's a good ball. They're in again here. That's a very good ball. Troy Parrott shoots. Good block. Troy Parrott gets it back to Poku. Poku shoots and he's dragged it wide. And Spurs, I'll tell you what, Spurs we just look dreadful at the moment. It's so poor. I just don't get it. I just don't get the praise for Ange and the team. I just don't get it. Troy Parrott looked to bury one in the bottom corner. Gray did well to block it. And then Poku should have done better. But AZ just pinging it around. They're picking and choosing their times, when to attack and when to defend. And again, so much space on this left-hand side, on their left-hand side. And this is what I mean, Gaz. When you get Muppets like Matt going 3 to 5 years, it's like what? Look, this is what he's produced in 2 years. This is a manager that's had 2 years at this football club, and this is how we line up. And I don't want to hear any excuses. We've got good enough players on this pitch. A little bit for me as well, if I'm honest. A little bit for me. But there's a long way to go. Oh, my gosh. We've given the ball away again. Here's Classy. And luckily, they've given it away. And then we've given it away again. And then they've given it away again. And now James Maddison's going to try and run out of play, run out possession, run into midfield. But it's a free kick for the foul by Makuma. Chris, it's what I mean. It's what I mean. Oh, really weak from Bentancur. And here's Poku. He's running at them. He's laid the ball out wide. Oh, my gosh. They're in again. And good defending again. And Archie Gray is bailing us out at the back there. But we've given it away in true fashion. The ball goes to Nico Classy, who does really well. Classy now lays it off to Wolf. And then Spence gets the tackle in. Spurs look a wide open mess right now. We look dreadful. Big up, Chris. At 8 days without a game. They've played twice since we played. What have we been doing? I don't know what they do. I don't know what they do. Here's Wolf. Good tackle by Brennan Johnson. Now Bergvall. Can he break forward? Bergvall gives the ball away. Luckily, it sprung into the path of Tell, who I've not noticed in this game at all. And that is dreadful from Tell. That was absolutely useless. And Penetra took the ball off him nice and easily. And now AZ on the counter-attack. We are so wide open, aren't we? We are just really, really poor to watch. And now Classy lays the ball off to Makuma. He goes back in, slowed the game down a bit. Listen, we're going to need a much better second half because this has been really, really poor. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I don't know. I think he's been absolutely abysmal this first half. Bentancur, I think he has been atrocious. All I've ever heard of is the injury. The injury isn't the excuse for his passing. The injury isn't the excuse. Here's Archie Gray, gives it to Spence. Spence, luckily, runs away with the ball. And now here's Bergvall, lays out wide to Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson, and the ball is deflected clear for a corner kick. Oh my gosh, this is hard work. Am I allowed to revise my 3-1? This is hard work again. I just don't know how many more these types of games we have to watch before I stop hearing about Angeball and that Spurs play attacking football. We play mind-numbingly boring football. So a corner kick. Oh, Anthony, never put Spurs in my, never put Spurs in my hackers. They can't predict them. I can sit here and say, yep, 3-1, but never. Oh, barbaric disdain. Yeah, we got to get to the bottom of the V. We just open. Danny saying we're open in the middle. It's just madness. These are our first choice midfielders, by the way, and look how open we are. Corner kick. Maddison whips it in and headed wide by Bergvall. They're asking for a corner, the Spurs players, and they're not going to get it. It's a goal kick. The referee's having a word with someone. Johnson can't control his own farts, let alone a ball. That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Leon are 1-0 up as well, by the way, people. So Leon are 1-0 up against Steaua Bucharest. Here's Bergvall. Loses the ball so easily. And now Classy, who's had a really good game in midfield, plays it down the line and cleared by Jed Spence for a throw-in. Bergvall, another one for me, gets a lot of hype, this kid. And I'll say it, people like my mate Lubo, just constantly putting so much hype on these teenagers. It's just so wide open, isn't it? It's so wide open, Kurt. I just don't know. I'm hearing that there's been an equaliser by Fenerbahce. Spur, that's a good ball this time. Out wide to Son. What have you got, Son? Son opens up his legs, runs through, and then just shoots straight at the centre-back. And AZ Alkmaar can come away with a ball. Good job we had 8 days off. And now AZ running through. Where's our midfield? Where's the midfield? Here's Troy Parrott through on goal. I think he's going to be off. It's gone out for a goal kick. It's a corner, is it? Troy Parrott's missed a sitter. Where's the midfield? Where is the midfield? How on earth? And Fenerbahce are 1-1. Where? Look at these shit tactics. It is disgraceful. Troy Parrott in all sorts of space. Whoever that was just ran through the middle of our park. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What on... Where's Matt? Where's my mate Matt? Where are these idiots? Oh, but it's because of the injuries. It's not. This is our first choice mid. Where is our midfield? Oh, my gosh. I'm just... Coop Miners with a corner. Troy Parrott tried to flick it on and slices it out of play for a goal kick. Oh, my gosh. I'm just going to have a look. Just so bad. I mean, my app is saying Spurs have had 3 shots. I cannot remember them at all. This is just so bad. So bad. There's no shape. There is zero shape to this team. You are 100% right. I'll tell you what, we're lucky because that should have been 2-0. Poku's missed 2. Now Parrott's missed 1. I'll tell you what, we are very lucky that we're only 1-0 down. Fenerbahce, Jiku with the goal for Fenerbahce to level up at home to Rangers. We look dreadful. Maddison now runs away from his marker, evades the foul. Still going. Good drag back from Maddison. Jinks past the player and gets the free kick. Good play by Maddison. That's the first bit of quality we've seen from any Spurs player. That's the first bit of quality we've seen. Chris, every game, isn't it? Every game, we are this wide open. Every game. It's just awful. And you know what? We'll probably beat them at White Hart Lane and get away with it. But this is really poor. So, Son and Maddison over this free kick. It's to the left-hand side of the box. Where's the side? This is brilliant. Oh, it's brilliant. Big up, Finn. I just don't get it. Well, Madders is the only one that looks comfortable with a ball at his feet. You watch, he'll be the first one off, though. But he's the only one that gets the ball and looks comfortable with it at his feet. Bentancur and Bergval's passing is atrocious. Anyway, here's a free kick. Can James Maddison get us level? Maddison short into Son. They've absolutely balls that up between them. Oh, my God. What was that? Just remember, guys, I'm negative. Oh, I knew Bobby Andrews would turn up. Here he is. It's been 8 days to work on the training ground. Ange's words. What? It's absolutely shocking, isn't it? What do we do on the training field? Bentancur gives the ball away again. Please get that bloke off. Please get Bentancur off. I just think he is dreadful. Oh, God, he's been atrocious. Ange needs to get laid into these at half-time because this is awful. Here's Bentancur. Gives it to Bergval. And then back to Bentancur, and it's deflected off of, is that Coop Miners? Off of Coop Miners for a throw into Tottenham. Now, Danso. Oh, God, Son's passing is dreadful. Here he is. Oh, funny. He's... Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Spurs give the ball away again. They're in again down the left-hand side. Coop Miners with all the time in the world and plays an awful ball. Thank God. Spurs look utterly atrocious. Utterly atrocious. Just, wow. Wow. Arkids, they will appear when Spurs score a goal. This is just, as I said, I don't care if we win the Europa League. I can't watch this football year in, year out. It is shit. It is so bad. Oh, Andy, you don't have to tell me, mate. You don't have to tell me. I'm leading the charge on that front. Big up, Marcus. Hope you're well. Guys and girls, if you haven't smashed the subscribe button, please do. Share the love, guys. Trying to grow the channel a little bit. And it's been hard work the last few weeks. Anyway, here's Spurs coming forward. James Maddison. Oh, Dylan, I'm glad that my pain gives you some... I'm always told I want Spurs to lose. It's ridiculous. I'm in pain. I'm laughing because it's so bad. Here's Danso. You watch. Oh, we had possession. That'll be the answer. We had possession. Here's Brennan Johnson. Gives it to Spence. Back to Gray. Bentancur. Madison. Over to Bergval. Bergval. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, ladies and gents. I don't know what to say. I think Bentancur and Bergval have been atrocious. There's a ball down the line to Tell. Is Tell playing? I mean, God, we look awful. Kenneth, you're the one, you back this manager through thick and thin. This is the manager you want to have 3 to 5 years. This is awful. Absolutely awful. He's Sonny on the left wing, whips a crossover over everybody, but it's headed back in by Spence. Brennan Johnson has a shot, flies high and wide over the bar. Wow. Ronnie, I don't know, mate. I don't know. You're watching Ange ball. You're standing there like that. Oh, my God. We're just bloody awful, aren't we? Bergval looks atrocious, by the way, today. Big up, Chris. So I'm sure plenty will say this is not on Ange, it's on the players. Nothing is ever on Ange, it seems. Oh, it's mad, isn't it? The fact that we play like this every game, it's on Ange. As Jed Spence, so weak there. Luckily, the ball through to Poku wasn't a good one, and Bentancur sees it out. Oh. Nick, absolutely, my man. Feel free to come on at half time. Where is Matt? Where is Matt? Yeah, where's Ian from earlier? Told you the same Ange fans. Where are they when I want some answers as to this type of performance? So, goal kick, sliced forward by AZ Alkmaar. Here's Adogi, comes out with the ball, gives it to Bentancur. He pops it back into Gray. The number of times we go back to the number of times we go back to the centre halves. It's just actually outstanding how many times we just go backwards. As Tell gives the ball away. He is utter crap, by the way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nick, did you really just message me saying you blame me? That Nick's messaged me. Look, I blame you. This is embarrassing. Unbelievable. As the ball goes forward now, Brennan Johnson can't do anything other than lay it off 5 yards, can he? Can't do anything. I fail to believe these players are all this bad. I fail to believe this. Oh, Proximo, give over. Go away. The first Ange fan, not you, Sue. The first, look, oh, Savva, be cool. It's not about being cool. This is every game we play like this. And then what we'll do, we'll rally in the second half and people will go, see, Ange ball. It's just so crap. Who sets their team up like this? Oh, Lee, bang on, mate. Can I watch that? I'll tell you what, Lee, come on. Bring the can of paint and we'll just put that on the screen and everyone can just watch it. Every game. I saw that, James. I saw that. Oh, he's awful, isn't he? Archie Gray played the ball into Brennan Johnson, who cut. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my head hurts. My heart hurts. My head hurts. Rangers have taken the lead at Fenerbahce again. Rangers are winning in Turkey. Rangers 2-1 up. Honestly, everything hurts. My head, my heart, everything. We just look dreadful. We've got no clue building up going forward, have we? Troy Parrott brings the ball down in acres of space. Who's marking these people? Here's Poku, one-on-one with Gray. He takes him on. He lays it across, and Danso clears it for a corner. Where is the marking? Where is the marking? Where? Poku is the danger man. Poku's the danger man. Stop leaving him on his own. Troy Parrott brought that ball out the air. It was like a 50-yard pass from the centre-back, and he just brought it down. Where are the tactics? They've taken a short corner this time. Here's Classy. I tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if they grab another one. It's gone to the back post, brought down. They're going to score here, aren't they? It's off the line, the scramble. It's going, it's in, it's cleared. Oh, the gosh. We've just about scrambled it clear, and now we're on a counter-attack. God, we're awful, aren't we? Here's Tell. And he's slowing the game down. We're on a counter-attack. What are we doing? What has Tell done there? Sorry about that. I got hat head. Oh. What is going on? Here's Brennan Johnson. Lays it through. Madison turns. Couldn't quite get there. And the goalkeeper gets the ball easily. Oh, my God. Reezy. See, Reezy's here. Another one. Can't admit it. Yeah, listen, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm growing it out. I'm growing it longer. Look, people like Reezy, they crack me up. Instead of just saying now, finally admitting how shit this manager is, these players need to butt their ideas up. Are you not understanding the tactics? Are you not understanding these tactics? I just do not get how these people are watching this. Rob T, you're telling me. People like Reezy, they're trolls now. At this stage, it's just trolling. It's just trolling. Troy. Agreed. But he scores tap-ins and everyone goes, but he's our top goal scorer. Agreed. I'll tell you what, going in 1-0 really flatters us here, doesn't it? It was Cherney with the goal for Rangers in Turkey. It's just so... There's just no coaching, is there? You can see there is no coaching. It's a free kick. Coop Miners is over it. Coop Miners lays it off short. Then they've flown it to the back post. It's whipped in by Coop Miners again. God, we are bad, aren't we? God, we are so bad. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Bergvall's giving the ball away again. Oh, my. Stop. Somebody stop the world. I want to get off until Angepostecoglou is sacked. They're in again here. Poku's through. And Danso gets it clear. I'll tell you what. And Rob, I don't get it. You're right. How many more do fans need to see? But the thing is, what we'll do is we'll play better second half and people will go, there you go. This is how we have decided to start a game in Europe in a knockout tie. Spurs win a corner. Long floated ball into the path of Madison. Cleared by the defender. Oh, gosh, just... absolutely. It must be. It must be. I mean, Tell keeps picking the ball up, Kevin, out wide and does nothing with it there. I'm just not sure what he does. Can Spurs get an undeserved equaliser? Cross comes in, headed clear, and the referee's given a free kick for the foul on, I think that's, I think that might have been Burmester, maybe. It's going to be our time soon. This is utter shite, isn't it? This is absolute shite. I said we'd win this 3-1. You watch. Lubo will call in my show later. It's half time, by the way, and he'll tell me, I thought we did well with just, oh my gosh, 45. Let me just quickly change this. It is half time, ladies and gents. Hang on, I have to get this right. There we go. That should be right. AZ Alkmaar 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Let's get the chair back into a position. AZ Alkmaar 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. And let's be fair, a thoroughly deserved lead for AZ Alkmaar. I don't know what else there is to say. The manager's embarrassing. The tactics are embarrassing. It just all looks so poor all over the pitch. It looks so poor all over the pitch. There's no management. There's no... I don't know what the tactics are. There's just nothing that tells me that Spurs have got better in 2 years since he's been at this club. Guys and girls, as always, 5-word answers, please. 5-word answers. And please be kind. Smash that subscribe button. There's the link. If you haven't subscribed, there is the link. It is pinned. Smash that button. Please do. Alfie said not to be horrible, but people and fans like Lubo who think Bergvall and Gray are unbelievable need to give them that sort of credit and pressure. They haven't done anything in football yet. Nick. Where do you? What are we? What?
Well, all the Ange lovers and sexuals and fanatics, whatever they want to call themselves, will be saying it's only 1-0. It's only the first leg.
Oh,
we don't look like we could get on a train or get on a coach. Yeah, that's fine.
Cheers.
You can do that. That's fine. We don't look like we can get on the coach and go down to Amsterdam and score in the red light district. That's what even Spurs can't do. I don't really know what to say. It's worse than Liverpool. We didn't turn up against Liverpool. The front three. I don't understand. We're playing a team that is, well, should be 2-0 up at least, 3-0 up. They should be. I mean, this tie could be over, but yeah, like I said, Savva, that they couldn't get the coach down to Amsterdam and score in in the red light district, mate. At this rate, I mean, that free kick between Son and Madders was absolutely embarrassing.
Do you know what I don't get though? Right, what I don't get is this is what we are every game. Right now, second half, I fully expect we'll come out, we'll play better, maybe get a draw, maybe nick a win, and people go, there you go. This does not look like a team that has been coached or drilled for 2 years. This looks like a team that don't actually do anything on the training ground. And before the game, I'm seeing quotes from Ange saying, we've had 2 weeks on the training ground. Doing what? What have they been doing, Nick?
8 days off to witness that. We all saw, right? A lot of us watched that the PSG Liverpool game yesterday, right? You saw how PSG were. I was expecting to at least be 50% of that coming up and going, we've not played, we've got a point to prove, we need to go and dominate this game of football. We haven't even dominated. I don't think we've dominated anything in this half. Not even our usual possession stats. Have we? That's the one we normally lead in.
We've had all the ball. We've had all the ball, Nick, but gone nowhere. Like, I'll tell you what, Bentancur, by the way, I'm going to put this out there right now. There's nearly 1,000 people in here. I'm sorry. I need this to stop. I need this notion that Bentancur's a really good player to stop. He gives the ball away at a regularity that should never be seen from a central midfielder. Bergvall, too rash. He wants to do everything too quickly. Everything's rushed. He gives the ball away. The only one who's got anything in their feet is James Maddison. He's the only one that, listen, I'm not saying he's played well, but he's the only one that when he gets the ball looks comfortable enough to say, I don't need to pass it at 100 miles per hour. And that's probably why he's the one that's normally not playing. But by the way, just quickly, there are nearly 1,000 of you in here. We should be getting 10, 20, 30 subscribers. Please smash that subscribe button right now and the like button. The subscribe button is in the pinned chat. So right now we're sitting at 16,740. We should get that to 16,800. Come on, people. Let's get that button. Nick, surely there can't be any excuses anymore. Players injured, but this 11 is more than good enough to not be playing like that.
Yeah, 100%. And look, I actually think that Jed Spencer's played so much at left back, he's forgotten how to play it right back, because they're doing a Porro on him tonight. Everything's coming down our right hand side, and I think he's just I'm not sat there. Laura's going, come on Spurs. This is good. I said, I'm just not even surprised anymore, right? I'm just like, what have we done all week? What are we? And I'm sorry, that front three is doing absolutely nothing. There's no Tell is just rubbish. I'm sorry, I don't see it anymore. I can't. Let's give him time. He is awful. Son and Brennan Johnson are making no runs. Maddison's going too deep because that's the only way he's getting the ball. They're running through our midfield like, I mean, where was it? Was it yesterday or the day before? And someone was saying about running through the midfield, and then Mark said, "Oh, you mean Spurs?" And that's exactly what's happening. We're not running through their midfield; they're running through our midfield. I think it's just absolutely embarrassing. And to go back to what we were talking about this morning, 4 more losses, 11 more losses out of 11.
No, it's mad. By the way, thank you to the 3 or 4 that did subscribe. Please do keep subscribing. It is much appreciated. I always wonder, when you've got 960 people that have clearly tuned in, how you can't get more subs. Guys, I'm working hard out here for you guys every day. I'm giving you streams and videos. Please do me a favor. It's free. Smash that subscribe button. Nick, just quickly before we go back to it, big up to Blaine Dev. Thank you very much, mate. He's been a member for 11 months. Said a message on something more positive. Looking forward to the charity stream weekend, Sav. I'll pop in at some stage, help support a great cause. Yeah, the charity stream does start in 25 hours' time. It will be 8 p.m. tomorrow night for 24 hours. Surely if that can't get us subscribed, I don't know what does. Big up to you, Blaine Dev. Mari from Tottenham Away said, absolutely disgusting performance, Ange out. Listen, I've wanted this guy out for so long, Mari. I just know it's never, ever going to happen. I feel like he's going to be here until I die. I feel like I'll die before he dies, even though he's a lot older than me, and he'll still be managing at about the age of 100. Big up to you, my man. Appreciate that. Hey, users coming in. Savva, we will win the Europa. Yeah, right. I look at this and then people say to me, I think we'll beat Bilbao. I think we'll beat Roma. I think we'll beat Lazio. This is a very average AZ team, by the way, Nick. And they look much more composed. And it looks like, dare I say it, Nick, the game plan looks like they've actually got a plan. Yeah, I mean, they're a different team than when we beat them, or just just beat them in the group stages. And look, dare I say it, Rangers sacked their manager Barry Ferguson 2-1 up away at Fenerbahce. There's a plan there, and he's only been there a week. I don't even think he's been there a week, has he? There's just no protection for Spence. This was the same conversation we were saying about against Man City. There was no protection down that right hand side for Porro. Look, we cannot look. You know what people say? It's only 1-0. If it finishes 1-0, it's only half time. It's only the first leg. Well, then that'll be two games in a row. City and Alkmaar, we haven't even scored, right?
2 games. And all right, City, you could argue maybe not, but we can't go to Alkmaar and score a goal. The positive person here, Savva, 3-1, we're going to win.
Listen, I truly thought, right, knockout stages. Come on, let's have some. Now, you're right. It is only the first leg, right? It is only the first leg. We could still win tonight. I'm not saying we can't, but we seem to be doing this. We seem to be playing this poorly, getting away with a draw or a narrow win. And then people go, we're the favourites. We're going to win this. I look at the bigger picture and say, what is the plan at Tottenham? What do they train? What do they do in training? Where's the tactics? Where's the system? What's the shape? Because what I'm seeing is Danso to Gray, Gray to Danso, Danso to Gray, out to Adogi, back to Danso, back to Gray. And James Maddison, you can see it, even tell. They're both standing there. They're coming back to the halfway line, Nick, to try and get the football because Spurs just do nothing. And I'm told this is attacking football.
Yeah. I think we've gone back to how we were 2 or 3 years ago. Oh, we're playing Brighton. Oh, we're going to win 4-0. You know, I saw people today. Oh, it's Alkmaar. We're going to win 4-1. Have you not seen us play the last few weeks? Have you not seen how bad we are at attacking? I mean, the only thing that we can hope for is that we see a bit of Solanke, and we get Odebear on, and we get our wingers running at the defence. Because at the moment we've got no plan, we've got no idea, we've got no clue. But look, let's just wait and see what this 45 minutes has got in store.
Oh, mate, for sure. Listen, the game's not done. And yeah, as football fans, we're reactionary. But the problem is, Nick, this isn't new. This isn't a one-off that we're playing like this. This is becoming so regular. And he had the audacity to say before the game, we've been playing well lately. What games are you watching, Ange? What games are you watching? Because I don't think we play well at all. And we are the least attacking football team in the world. It's so bad. I would rather a J.E. on this right-hand side than Brennan Johnson, right? By the way, Brennan Johnson not tracking back and helping out Spence is getting exposed massively today because everything they've done, again, which side? That's right, down our right and their left.
Yeah, look, I would say to everyone, go and enjoy that second half, but I'm trying to see if I can go and do something else than watch that second half. But there you go. I guess we'll go and see.
I'm just looking forward to my dinner. Listen, I still don't think we lose this. I don't know where it's coming from, but purely, I just don't. Surely we can't play that bad again. Surely we cannot play that bad again. And again, Brennan Johnson, son is, oh my gosh. He can't control the football.
Yeah, but you can't say anything. I said it. I know James Flowers said it. I said it months ago that he's on the decline, which is a shame. But people keep look, there you go. He's back. He scored a goal. He's done a couple of assists against Ipswich. Sonny's back. He's unfortunately not.
It's utterly embarrassing. Nick, listen. Let me know. We've got a few minutes until the second half starts. What do you think the score's going to end up in this game? I know with Spurs it could be anything, but what do you think the end score's going to be?
Well, I said it'd be 2-1 this morning. I'd be incredible. It'd be incredible if it was 2-1. I don't see how it's going to be 2-1. 1-1. I just don't know anymore with this football team and this football club.
Yeah, do you know what? All I ask is that the players are coming back out, so I will let you go. But I just want to see a competent team. Odebear is coming on, and Tell is going off. So I mean, this
Sunny down the middle, which doesn't work. So
it's going to be sun down the middle. Anyway, look, bugger off. Enjoy the game. Much love, and I'm sure I'll see you afterwards.
See you later.
Take care, buddy. Guys and girls, thank you very much to everybody who liked the show during the halftime interval. If we get another 5 subscribers, we would have done 25 at halftime. Another 5. Come on. There's 868 of you in here. Big up to Morton Barley, my man Gary. Said Spurs players treat midfield like it's a minefield. I know, like no one's allowed to be in there. Big up to you. Thank you very much for that, Gary. I really do appreciate it. And the second half is about to get underway. So Odegaard on. Sun's gone into the middle of the park. I don't know, Odegaard, Son and Johnson. Is there enough there to score goals? We're about to find out. Surely we grab a goal, don't we, in this half? And the second half is underway. So AZ Alkmaar swing the ball forward. Reezy, please stop. You're starting to sound like a troll every day. Just tell the truth. Just you're allowed to say how bad it is. You're allowed to say that. Here's AZ Alkmaar. Adogi takes the ball. Oh God, Adogi so slow. And Danso's going to see this out. Is he? He does see it out. Adogi. I've said it. I said for ages how much I really don't rate him. Right. And Adogi wins the ball and wants so many seconds on the ball. So many seconds on the ball. He's dispossessed again. And Spurs see, yeah, all the videos. Why Tell is perfect for Ange ball. I really wish those people would stop the embarrassing videos like that. Is Tell actually a worse loan than Werner? I don't know. Look, let's get back to the football. Surely we can't be that bad in the second half. Surely, can we? As the ball is swept down the middle by Alkmaar. And Bergvall can come away with the ball. He gives it to Archie Gray. He gives it back to Vicario, who takes a touch. Always worries me when Vicario's got the ball at his feet. And then the ball goes down the line. And again, Alkmaar first to everything at the moment. I agree. I agree. Reezy, I've started to lose all respect for you, Reezy, in the chat. It's just getting silly now from you. Just Giving have messaged me. Look, Just Giving. Good luck, Richard, for tomorrow. Thank you very much. It is Chelsea 1-0 up in Copenhagen. Reece James with a goal. So Chelsea 1-0 up in Copenhagen. And if Chelsea don't win that Conference League, I don't know what to tell you. I just can't see any which way in which they do not win that Conference League. Jim, how you doing, my man? Jim, you've been a channel member and you've been subscribed to my channel, I think, longer than nearly everybody else. Said, I probably only enjoyed watching 3 Hours football this season. This manager has no clue. Aaron, remember when we didn't get on? Now I agree with everything you say. Absolutely. You're right, Enrique. It very much feels like a cult because what I'm watching is a team that don't do anything on the training ground. Now the ball's got out to Danso. He's done well there to get it to Adogi. Adogi, a really poor ball, gives the ball away. And now AZ Alkmaar have the ball again. Oh, my gosh. Adogi is awful. I'm sorry. People think we're going to win this. If we win this competition, I will be absolutely staggered. If we win this trophy, the standard of football will be the worst I've ever seen it because this is an awful Spurs team. You can see why we're 13th in the league. It's nothing to do with injuries. It's all to do with tactics. As AZ Alkmaar play through midfield again, they give it away this time. And now Bergvall can drive forward, can he? Bergvall takes a shot from range, just wide from Bergvall. That was better. He won the ball in midfield, drove forward, took a shot, and it went just wide. And that's as close as we've come. And thank you. We've managed to get it to 16,750. So please, thank you very much for the subscribers. Really appreciate you. Now, here's Adogi into Maddison. Maddison pings it out wide to Odegaard. Down the line to Adogi. keeps it, crosses it in, and then it's cleared in the end, scrambled away by Alkmaar. That's better from Tottenham. Jed Spence uses his strength. Oh, the ref, I don't think that was a foul. I just think that was strength. But the ref has given a foul against Jed Spence. That was better from Tottenham there. That was better. The ball played in down the line, played across goal. No one there. Actually, yeah, it was a foul. Sorry, yeah, I've seen it back. No, it's an option to buy. It's an option to buy. I do not want Spurs to buy this bloke at all. I just don't think he will, Stian. I really don't think he will. This guy seems to never go. Here's Troy Parrott. Tries to lay it into Poku. And here's Archie Gray playing about with the ball at the back. Then slices it clear and gives it away. And AZ Alkmaar win the ball back again in midfield. It's a throw into Tottenham as the ball ricochets out. So 50 minutes gone. AZ Alkmaar 1, Tottenham 0. Just do not go home with a 2-0 defeat. Paul, how many people, Paul, say this? People like you. I know I'm 40 years a fan. You're 50 years. How many people say this, that this is the worst manager they've seen in their time? But we've got people like Reezy and Matt that tell you, oh, no, give him 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years of this. Nah. Here's Danso into Gray. Spurs look like we've upped the tempo a little bit, but doesn't... Oh, we've given the ball away. Oh, we've won it back. Oh, we're just so... Oh, my God. Spencer's given the ball away. They've got the overload here, Alkmaar. They've played it out wide. I think we've got enough bodies back, actually, but really poor. It's so poor. And now Darius... Is it that... I can't think who it is. Now, can Tottenham break? Here's Sonny. Gives the ball to Odeberg. What has he got in the locker? Odeberg going down the left. He's laid it off to Son, who was trying the overlap. Son cuts in. Shoot. 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 Don't shoot. Oh, my gosh. Sonny with another awful finish. High and wide. It's just awful, isn't it? It was better in terms of the counter-attack, but the finish was just awful. It's still there for us, this game. It is, but we can't keep giving the ball away at the back like we did there, as Troy Parrott is clattered into by Archie Gray and a foul given away. He's had a good game here, Troy Parrott. He has had a very good game here. Yeah, if Son's at Tottenham next season, I'm going to be really disappointed. I'm so sorry. I was just listening to a voice note, and in that time, Vicario's made a great save. Again, they've just opened us up like a can of worms. Jed Spence this time out of position, and a great save from Vicario. We look absolutely disgusting right now. Here's Bergvall. Can he drive forward at the other end? He's still driving forward. Lays the ball off into the path of Brennan Johnson, who's still on the pitch somehow. He's always still on the pitch, isn't he? And now the ball goes out wide. We lost all impetus with that attack. It's gone out wide to Odeberg. He plays a really poor ball through to the goalkeeper. And yeah, I was listening to a voice note there. Perchy, if you're watching, I'll listen to that at the end. Just looks awful, doesn't it? It's just like there's no pattern of play. There's no pattern. That's what I don't understand after 2 years of this manager. Get Stanley on the screen. Oh, gosh. I mean, David Moyes has got a better pattern at Everton in about 2 weeks of being there. Oh, they're away again here. They're down the right-hand side. They've got all the space on this right-hand side. Danso's come across. Danso's been beaten. The ball's whipped to the back post. Poku couldn't quite bring it out, and they've got another chance here. I tell you what, this is absolutely awful. Here's Classy. He goes out wide to Poku. He's a dangerous player, Poku. Needs to work on his end product, but he's a dangerous player. Classy, just running things in midfield. Classy, who is, what is he now? The 33-year-old. The 33-year-old Classy, the experienced midfielder, just putting his foot on it, running the game. There's a ball over the top. They've got him behind. Danso has let Parrott in behind. They've got back now. Here's Parrott. He sprays the ball out wide to Poku. Is he going to keep that in? Poku does keep it in. Spence goes out to him. Poku runs at Spence, lays it back. Here's Classy. And now Coop Miners goes out wide to Darius. Oh, he's in it. Oh, I tell you what, it's all a bit tight for Spurs. And then the ball floated to the back post. It's gone all the way wide, but they've still got the ball. Rangers are 3-1 up. Rangers are 3-1 up. Perchie just said to me, yeah, everyone says it's when the players come back. Then how do people not see it's the tactics? And it's just embarrassing. They're in again here. And the ball goes off a Dogie for a corner. Tell you what, yeah, negative Savva. Negative Savva. So it's a corner kick to Alkmaar. Oh, Aaron, it truly is, isn't it? Aaron, it truly is. Eric, I don't get it. Yeah, everything's wrong with the way this manager sets up. It's just awful. Corner kick from Alkmaar. It's low. Oh, I tell you what, it was a good idea, but they didn't manage to execute it. And now Odeberg can't control the ball. And now they're coming back again. Odeberg's got a touch of the tails about him at the moment. And then the ball goes out wide for a throw-in. Oh, my gosh. Richard, I would do anything for a new manager. I would do anything for a new manager at this football club. Anything. Oh, Daniela, I don't banter any other fan base. We're that bad. I can't banter anybody. I don't understand. When I see Spurs fans bantering other clubs, and I think, are you kidding me? We're awful. Dan said, what the actual F? People still defend this manager. Angie's useless. No tactics, no style, no passion. I agree. He's got to go, Dan. He's got to go. Here's Alkmaar coming forward again. And this time cut out by a Dogie. Oh my gosh. A Dogie wants so much time on the ball. He wants so much time on the ball. And now Archie Gray can't pass. I've said it a million times. Archie Gray's giving it away. Poku skies his shot. Skies his shot. The Rangers' third goal was disallowed. The Rangers' goal was disallowed. So Fenerbahce 1, Rangers 2. Archie Gray's passing is just awful. Here's Madison, gets the ball down the line to Odeberg, but the ball's gone out for a throw-in. And Man United are winning 1-0. Man United are winning 1-0. I believe that the goal scorer, if I'm right, the Man United goal was scored by Xerxes. Garnacho with assist. Xerxes with a goal. God, yeah, Archie, I'm sorry, but I keep hearing about Archie Gray, this, that, yeah, he can't pass. The boy can't pass the football. But Mamba, you're not allowed to say it, though, because he's 18, right? You're not allowed to say these things. Danso puts the ball out wide to Adogi. Here's Spence. Odeberg goes back to Spence. There's just nothing there, is there? There's no There's no, I don't know, there's just nothing. As Troy Parrott fouls Danso and gives away a free kick. And now it's all getting a little bit testy between the players. Come on, let's get this game going again. God, we don't half buy some crap, don't we? Oh, we don't half play crap. Oh. Big up to all of you. Thank you for anyone that has smashed the like button. We should be on 500 likes. We're only on 482, so smash that button. Here is Brennan Johnson dribbling through, and the ball was won. He can't dribble, can he? He can't dribble. He is crap. But he scores tap-ins. But we're being disingenuous. Oh, what is wrong with our fan base? How is anyone watching this going, yeah, this is the manager for me? Oh, no, Richard, I get it. Karaoke, no one needs to hear me sing, my man. No one needs to hear me sing. Spurs win a throw on. Really poor pass there from the AZ Alkmaar player. I just don't know what they do in training. I'm watching this game. What do you do? As Odeberg gives the ball away again, he's been really poor since he came on. As Troy Parrott goes past Odeberg for fun, then plays the ball down the line. And I think the ref's brought it back for a free kick. Bentancur's been booked. He's shouting at the ref. Bentancur's been booked. He's going to get himself a red if he doesn't shut up. James Maddison pulls him away. Get off Bentancur. You've been absolutely atrocious. It was a foul. It was a yellow card. He's been atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Perchie's bang on. Why can't people see this is the manager's tactics? Darius is down. He's the guy that came on. Rangers are 3-1 up. They were 3-1 up, disallowed. They're now 3-1 up. What an away performance by Rangers against Fenerbahce. And Jose Mourinho's team look like they're heading out. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but Sid, this performance is offending me. Oh, God. It's just Spurs. This is what we are. This is what, you know, when they do those polls, would you keep Ange in or not? And people go like 90% Ange in. This is what they want. This is why our fan base is a bunch of losers. I've said it a million times. Bentancur with a bad clearance. The shot fired in, blocked, and it's gone out wide for a corner kick. Bentancur is awful. Awful. John, he's not, though. This is the problem, John. He's not. We could lose 9-0. He wouldn't get sacked. For some reason, he seems untouchable. It would be, if I could anybody right now, it'd be Areola. Right now, it'd be Areola. I'd take Glasner after that. I'd take Silva. I'd take you, Scott. I don't even know what you do for a living. Scott, what do you do for a living? Whatever it is, I'm taking you. I'm taking you as the manager. So Bentancur will miss the next game because of suspension. But to be honest, for how bad he's been today, it's no miss. They're just running through us here. They're just running through us. God, we are awful. We can't clear it. We cannot. What do you do, guys? What do you do? But Savva, your channel's so negative. Savva, you're the most negative fan in the world. Do you know what people say about Southgate? Is Southgate football worse than this? I don't think it is. I think this is worse than watching a Southgate team. I don't want him, by the way. And big up to all of you in the chat. I don't want him, but No one's going to tell me that this is worse than what Southgate does. I think this manager is the worst manager I've ever seen manage a football team. And Rangers goal disallowed again. It is still 2-1. They've had 2 goals disallowed. Here's Odegaard into Bentancur, back to Danso. Goes to Vicario, who plays a hospital ball into the path of Bentancur. He gives it to Gray. And now Spence goes down the line. And the referee pulls it back for a foul and a yellow card. A deserved yellow card. Maddison needs to be in the number 10. We need him in the number 10. He's playing as a centre mid. We don't need him there. We don't need him there. Oh. Gus. These idiots don't understand. The channel reflects this dross. There's nothing positive. It's an ugly mess. Completely agree with you. The sub who came on is now coming off. Darius is coming off. Darius is coming off. So, Darius coming off. Chelsea are 2-0 up as well. Chelsea are 2-0 up and cruising. If anyone can let me know in the chat, Smith has come on for Darius. Can everyone let me know who got the second Chelsea goal, please? Oh, I'd take him all day long. Roxanne, all day long. I'm taking him all day long. I agree, Ian. They're just not this bad. Jed, thank you. It's a big up, Savva. Always speaking facts about your club. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, though, it's harder to grow your channel when you're honest. It's easier to just say nice things. Come on, guys and girls. Smash that subscribe button. 700 of you in here. Come on. Look, it's a long shot, but if we can get this to 16,800, that's 50. I know it's a big chunk of you, but come on, people. Let's see what we can do. Here's Maddison on the left-hand side. People, yeah, do me a solid, guys. Do me a solid and smash that subscribe button. It's been a really slow couple of weeks. I've still tried to dig and grind out some content. So please do. Fernandes with the Chelsea goal. Yeah, Fernandes. Here's the ball out wide to Brennan Johnson. He plays the ball down the line to Spence. Cuts in. And it's a foul and a free. It's a yellow card against Poku, who fouled Brennan Johnson, who fouled Jed Spence on the right-hand side of the penalty area. And Spurs have got a chance to do something here. Let's see what happens. You're absolutely pro WWE. Thank you very much, my man. By the way, I never said I wanted Southgate. Let's just get that clear. Done a great job, Ranieri. Done a great job. You know why? He can set up a team. Oh, mate, I don't forgive anything. Big up, Al. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much. Really appreciate all of you that have subbed. Thank you. And we have hopefully just gone over 500 likes. So thank you very much to everybody. So James Maddison with a free kick. It's just by the byline on the right-hand side. Can Spurs scrape an ugly draw here? The ball is whipped in and it's cleared easily. Only as far as Jed Spence. Good evening to Yido67. Finn, I know there's always an excuse. You know it. I know it. And it's a free kick to somebody here. I'm not sure who. Absolutely, Gary. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's only so long we can keep picking at individual players. Only so long. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a free kick to AZ Alkmaar in their own half. I believe that's Smith who's just come on. Plays the ball off to Classy. He's done really well tonight, hasn't he, Classy? The experienced head. You know what? It's what happens when you get some experience in your team. Chelsea, yeah, just confirming on here, the Chelsea goal, 2-0. A penalty for Real Sociedad, I'm hearing. South Bucharest have equalised against Lyon, by the way, as well. And it's a free kick to Tottenham. Thank you, Matt. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Funny, since I asked for the 50, we haven't got one, but thank you. Cheers, mate. Oh, Danny. Oh, Danny. So bad. Just they're first to every ball, aren't they? Even when they lose it, they win it back so quickly. They just want it more. They're just more passionate about this. As a Dogie clatters his man, but there's a poor cross that's gone all the way over. And has that gone out? No, it hasn't. Spence hasn't dealt with that. And now Poku's got the ball on the left-hand side. And we get away with that. A poor first touch from Smith. It's been absolutely dreadful. Sarr and Solanke are coming on. Real Sociedad have equalised against Man United. Porro's coming on as well. That's good. They'll be able to get in down the right-hand side. Let's see. So the substitutions that are going on here at the moment. Adogi is coming off for Porro. So that means Porro will go to right back and Jed Spence to left back. Sorry, they're taking their time with this. Son is coming off for Solanke. Son is coming off for Solanke. And the last player coming on is Papa Sarr. And Papa Sarr's coming on for James Maddison. I hate this manager with a passion. Genuinely do not like anything about him. Oh, God, Paul, absolutely. So Bentancur stays on. Bentancur stays on. Brennan Johnson stays on. Do you know what? I saved this comment from 20 minutes ago. Marios said, Sav, keep this comment. Will be sub off. Matters will be subbed off 70 to 75. He's been subbed off in the 72nd minute. I mean, how does Brennan Johnson stay on every time? Bentancur stays on. He better hope these subs work. Bergvall gives it away. Bergvall. How have Bergvall and Bentancur been the two to stay on and Maddison's the one that goes off? This manager is an absolute fraud. Absolute fraud. At the moment, Bergvall's down injured. I just don't know what to say anymore, guys. It's just so obvious what he's going to do. You watch, he'll get a jammy 1-1 out of this. And everyone will go, oh, not a bad result. When I go quiet, by the way, it means nothing's really happening. Yeah, I saved Marius. I saved just. Yeah, I saved it. I showed it. Can anyone do me a favour? I know we've lost 14 in the league. How many games have we lost in all competitions? So we've lost to Liverpool. That's 15. We lost to Villa. That's 16. And we lost to Galatasaray. That's 17, right? So if we don't get an equaliser, this will be our 18th defeat of the season by March. Is that right? Or am I missing something? I just, please, Levy, please, Daniel Levy. If Daniel Levy sacks his manager for a year, I will not say Levy out once. There you go. I won't protest. I won't say Levy out. Nothing. If he sacks this manager, he will become my favourite chairman of all time. Danso now in the left-back area. Gives it to Odegaard. Back to Danso. Does well. Good feet. Gives it to Sarr. Sarr back to Bentancur. He goes over to Porro, who has gone to the right-back area. Here's Odegaard. Runs, tries to beat his man. His man took the ball off him like candy from a baby. Oh, Matteo, I don't want us to get knocked out, but I want him to go. I want him sacked now and get a proper manager in for the second leg. Here's Odegaard on the left-hand side. Can he whip the ball in? No, he's cut in and laid it off 10 yards to a midfielder. None of our wingers do winger things. Here's Bentancur to Bergvall. To Sarr. Bentancur. We're just going nowhere at the moment. Can we get an undeserved goal from somewhere? Can we? Here's Solanke, who's running to the channel, gives it to Odegaard. All Odegaard does is give it 5 yards as well. Here's Spence. Pass, going nowhere. Pass, going nowhere. Pass. Oh, Anthony, I'm so jealous. When I watch Waneri, he beats his man. He does things. Exactly. Reezy's another one who chats absolute waffle. Zero shots on target so far. Just get a manager in for the second leg. Get a manager in for the second leg. Danso gives it away. And now Schmidt's running with the ball. And they're asking for the free kick. The ref's not giving it. God, this is poor. 12 minutes to find a goal here, guys. Oh, Joe. Sorry, not that. Absolutely. The biggest myth in the world. At least your manager plays attacking football. I get told that all the time. Bergvall's down injured again. Oh, God. I just can't. So it looks like AZ are about to make a triple substitution, I think. Chelsea have conceded. It's Copenhagen 1, Chelsea 2. Brennan Johnson trying to run through and then fouls his match. Brennan Johnson is going to play 90 minutes here. Brennan Johnson, I've never seen people like Kenneth, people like Reezy. This is what they want. This is what they want. They want this football. They want this football. They actively say he plays good football. These people are in our fan base. These people live amongst us. So, AZ Alkmaar making a triple substitution with 10 minutes plus injury time to go. I just don't get it. Reezy smoking some good butch. I don't get it, my man. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's always Maddison's the first one to come off, isn't it? Tell you what, Perchie just said a great sight to me. Perchie said this: we have a number of players who have mastered the art of looking busy but do nothing. And the manager has promoted these players over players like Maddison, who is scapegoated. Absolutely spot on. The art of doing nothing but looking busy. I've worked with a few of them in my time as well. Oh my God, Spence nearly sliced one into his own box, but I think it was offside. Do you know what? I don't doubt that we'll be all right at home, but I just don't know how many performances like this we have to watch. Like, do you know what I mean? Porro with a long raking ball, really poor, defended well and into the arms of the goalkeeper. No, Plasma. He needs to be a playmaker. You've got to put him in the playmaker position. Like, put him in and let him feed Solanke. It's that simple. It's a basic game. It's not hard to understand. It's not hard to understand. Here's Bentancur, loses the ball again. He is atrocious. Absolutely shocking. Now AZ have some fresh legs on as they go down the right-hand side, but the ball's out for a throw-on. I mean, we've got 7 minutes and 15 seconds plus injury time. I can't imagine there'll be loads. As Jed Spence does well. And then holds on to it too long, does he? No, he does well in the end. And then plays a... Oh, my gosh, what are we doing? The ref gives a free kick in the end. What was it? Oh, Jed Spence just trying to do just a bit too much there for me. Oh. I'll tell you what, if anything sums it up, an utterly pathetic mess of a football team. Big up to people to go to this. I don't know how they go. I mean, I get that it could be a good night out afterwards, right? But how on earth could I would not be spending my money and time away from my family to watch this crap. As Dominic Solanke gives away a free kick for the boot in the face. I don't know how many words we can use. It is naive, inept. It's turgid. It's just awful. guys, I tell you what, I'll obviously do a video on this later. What should my title be? It needs to be short and snappy. It needs to be short and snappy, so not more than 5-6 words. Just don't concede another one, Tottenham, in the last 5 minutes. Just don't. Solanke there can't hold the ball up, and the ball goes back to the goalkeeper. Again, I'm expecting big things. All these fans that keep telling me how great Solanke is, I'm expecting big things. Big, big things. And the thing is, if we do lose this game, we're not going to lose this game because Van der Ven and Romero aren't playing. This is the problem. Everyone just keeps saying it's the centre-backs. It's the way we play. It's a corner kick to AZ Alkmaar, as Rangers have gone 3-1 up. Oh, this has been utterly shambolic. Utterly, utterly shambolic yet again. Corner kick whipped in to the back post. No one marking him. The header across. I'll tell you what a vital touch by Porro. The guy was alone, and it's going to be another corner kick. I'll tell you what, we can't defend corners. We can't defend free kicks. We're awful in transition. It is absolutely disgusting. Let me know if you need me to take him. Sorry, we're about to see Stanley enter the room. We're about to see Stanley. Here he is. Come on, Stanley and Stewie. We've got both of them. Here's AZ Alkmaar with 2.5 minutes to go. Can Spurs hold on? I say hold on. We're losing. Can we? We can't let in 2. But Spurs have won the ball. Can we break? Here's Bentancur. He's taking ages. Then puts in a ball down the line to Odeberg, who's crossed, palmed away by the goalkeeper and cleared. They're asking for a offside that's not come. And now, what can we do? Dominic Solanke tries to hold the ball up, but his hold-up play is poor, if we're going to be honest. Huh? Very. Where is he? Hello, baby. Hello. Here's Jed Spence on the left side. He's beaten his man. He pulls it back, and it's cleared only as far as Sarr. Sarr, he thought about the shot. Didn't take one. Oh, hang on, are they both in here with me? Are they both in here with me? Yes, they are. The dogs are both in here with me. Stanley, come here, mate. Come here. Come here. Oh, if you can hear the dog, I do apologise. Bentancur weaving his way through. The ball goes to Porro. Porro to the back post. It's cleared easily. All right, mate. All right. Come in. Come in. Come in. All right. 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 Here he is. Here he is with his funny yellow toy. And the ball is now with Sarr. Wins the ball in midfield. Here's Bentancur. Can Spurs forge something? This is an awkward watch along, isn't it? All right, mate. All right. Here's Papa Sarr. Come on, play with this. Play with this. Good boy. Chew on that. Good boy. So the ball's now gone out wide to Pedro Porro. Lays it off to Johnson. You know nothing's going to happen when Johnson's got the ball. Now Brennan Johnson hooks the ball into the centre, and the keeper comes out and claims easily as Solanke goes down on the floor in pain. Solanke's in pain. The centre half's in pain. Leon has scored a late winner. What looks like to be in Bucharest. Big up to Whack. Big up to Whack. Hang on. Oh, are we back? What's going on? There we go. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Big up to Whack, who has said shambles, mate. Shambles, absolute shambles. I can't agree more. Thank you very much. Who's coming again, very generous, and said £5 for doggy treats. I've also donated on GoFundMe. Big up to you, Wack. That is very, very generous. Thank you. Really, really appreciate that. As the pug is sitting here looking at me saying, why did you get a puppy? No. No, you little git. No, you little terror. There he is. Look, he wants the mic. Look. Yeah. Oh, I love dogs more than humans. No, get off. Get off. Big up to you. £5 for dog treats. I'll tell you what, this dog needs a tranquilizer to calm him down. He's absolutely mental. And he's now biting my watch. Like, just unbelievable. But back in the football, Dominic Solanke's gone down and kind of stayed down. And Scarlett's going to come on. So Dominic Solanke lasted about 15 minutes and he's injured again. Tottenham. Oh, my God. Oh, Tottenham. It's just one embarrassment after another. Don't worry, though, guys. We're the favourites to win this. All right, mate. All right. You can go down there if you're quiet. If you're quiet, you can go down there. You're going to be quiet. Don't worry. You're not missing anything, by the way, guys. All you're missing is Stanley trying to chew everything in my house. So, Tottenham, can they grab a late equaliser? As Alkmaar clear the ball down the line, it's gone out for a fry-in for Tottenham. And to be fair, we have not looked like scoring once. We have not looked like scoring. This isn't a close 1-0 at all. We are very lucky to be going back at the moment 1-0 down. And yes, we can overturn a 1-0 deficit, but boy, has it been crap. This has been absolutely shot. This, for me, typifies Ange's reign as Tottenham manager. An utterly shambolic, lackluster, pathetic attempt at football. It's absolutely dreadful. The ball goes down the line and goes all the way out for an AZ Alkmaar throw. The game is, there's 10 seconds to go of injury time, but I'm guessing there's going to be another minute or so because of the injury to Dominic Solanke. But guys and girls, I just don't know anymore. I don't know. I thought we'd win this. This is our 18th defeat of the season, is it? Yeah, 14 in the league, 1 in the FA Cup, 1 in the League Cup, 1 already in Europa. So this is looking like it's going to be our 18th defeat of the season by March. 18th defeat of the season by March. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, stop. No. We all know you're there. We all know you're there. Sorry, guys. We all know you're there. Stop. Just relax. Just relax your beans, all right? Just relax. We all know you're here. I know. All right. It's because Mummy went out, didn't she? Here's Jed Spence trying to run through the midfield. Wins a free kick on the halfway line, and they get the yellow card. Can Spurs salvage a draw with a last-minute equaliser? It will be very undeserved, but guys, the inquest, I mean, we talk about is AZ Alkmaar, clear it high, clear it wide. The referee has still not blown his whistle. Tottenham are seconds away from their 18th defeat of the season. Utterly shocking. People want me to want this manager for 3 to 5 years. You can absolutely do one. You can absolutely do one. Here's Jed Spence. Loses the ball, but it goes into Papa Sarr, down to Scarlett. Scarlett wants the free kick. The ref's not giving it. But now Tottenham can come again. Here's Archie Gray. Oh, I know. Porro's done really well. Porro whips the ball in and a header over the bar. A header over the bar. That was probably the moment from Odegaard. That was probably the moment. But Tottenham Hotspur are an absolute disgrace. The full-time whistle has not gone yet. We are 5 minutes now. We are 5 minutes into injury time. Bergvall is clearly injured. I tell you what, you little git. Look what he's done. He's just unplugged my light. This puppy is going to be the death of me. He's just unplugged my light. You little git. You little git. So the game is over. Tottenham have lost. And what is enough? Sorry, guys. Let me stop this. Right. No. Stop it. You're being naughty. Guys, this is more. I'm sorry. This has been more entertaining than Tottenham, hasn't it? Watching this. Tottenham Hotspur have been humbled yet again in Europe. Tottenham have been humbled yet again. And this little fella is more entertaining than any Tottenham team that Angepostecoglou manages. Here he is. 1-0 to AZ Alkmaar. An utterly disgusting performance. No fight, no tactics, no passion, no defensive awareness, no fluid movements going forward, terrible substitutions. This has got to stop. This manager has got to leave Tottenham Hotspur. Surely this manager has got to leave Tottenham Hotspur very, very soon. Listen, I'm not saying we can't come back in the second leg. Of course, I'm not saying that. But this is not a great AZ Alkmaar team. This is not a great AZ Alkmaar team. I don't know what more to say. This is now the 18th time this season that I have sat in front of you. Stop crying. Can you stop crying, little man? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, good boy. You stop crying. Here we go. Get you a toy. She decides to go out and leave me with a puppy when I'm in the middle of streaming. This is now the 18th time this season, right? 18th time I'm sitting here after a game saying, we've lost again. We've lost. Shit tactics, poor management, poor substitutions. 18th time. And yet still fans going, you know what? Keep this manager. This manager is absolute tripe. This is the worst manager. This is a fraud of a manager. This is an unbelievably terrible tactician, if I can even use that word in the same sentence. Phil Coys agreed. I mean, you and I both thought we'd win today, and that's what we saw. I keep hearing, oh, we can't sack him. We'd have Mason in charge. I would rather Ryan Mason in charge to the end of the season because this guy is utterly dreadful. He is truly out of his depth. Truly out of his depth. No, you can go. The amount of shit you give me, mate, the amount of shit you give me every single week, you come in and say Savva's negative. Look how bad. I know. They lost. Yeah, look at all these people watching you. Smash a like for Stanley. I'm going to pull on my heartstrings. Smash a like for the 11-week-old puppy. Yeah, good boy. Guys, I don't know how away fans go. I genuinely don't know how they want to go. Man United have got out to Real Sociedad and got a 1-1 draw. Chelsea have won. Rangers have won 3-1 in Fenerbahce. And Tottenham Hotspur, of course, the team that loses. It's just utterly embarrassing. I don't know where to start. If we all take a breather, where do we start? First and foremost, smash that subscribe button, people. Right? We are currently on 16,753. Let's get that to 16,800. That's 47 subs. Let's get that started straight away. And, right, okay, you can go out. I'll go out. I can't do this. Go on then. Go out. Go on then. Go out. Go on. Come on. Oh, dear me. Right, I've got rid of him. I had to get rid of him. Listen, smash those likes, smash the subscribe button. And I can only apologize that sometimes the watch-alongs aren't more upbeat. I don't know how we keep doing this to ourselves. I don't know how everybody is not seeing how shit we are. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely do not know. 18 defeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 defeats so far, and it's only the 6th of March. This could be a season where we lose 25 games in all competitions. It's got to change. It's got to change, ladies and gents. I know people want me to be more upbeat. I know people want me to love this manager. I know people want me to say everything's great, Spurs are brilliant, but this can't go on. They can't go on. It can't go on like this. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. Ange had the audacity to say we've been playing well. He has the audacity to say that he can see the progress, that they know what they're trying to do, and that the fans will see it. What are you trying to do, Ange? What is it that we're going to see? Nick, 18 defeats so far this season. What is it that this manager does to have so many fans loving him? What does he do? Because that was utterly diabolical.
We still got the top 10 to play for.
Sure.
Have you seen? I don't know. Have you seen that clip I've just sent you? Maddison and Sonny on the bench, and Maddison saying it's always the same play. It's always the same play. So the players don't even believe in this.
That's what he says. Hang on.
Yeah. That's what Maddison says. It's always the same play.
It's always the same play. Yeah, the players. I'm guessing the players hate it, Nick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Would you want to play for this? Would you want to play this style of football?
No. The irony is Bergvall gave the own goal, and he was probably again one of the better players on the pitch today. And the fact is, and I said it earlier, actually that result is better for Spurs than it is for Alkmaar, because Alkmaar will be sitting there going, "How have we not got 2 or 3 or 4?" You know.
I just don't understand. Crazy. I just do not understand. I would get him out and have a manager in for the second leg. This is he deserves the Europa League. Does he? Why? He's not beaten a single good team in the Europa League this season.
No, and look at what happened against Hoffenheim, 3-2. We scraped it. I mean, it's just it's just embarrassing now, right? It's just embarrassing. They had 12 shots to our 7. We had 1 shot on target. I don't even remember what shot that was.
I mean, but were any of the shots actual shots?
Your light's gone out.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what. This little bugger. Look, you watch. If I put him near the microphone, you watch. Look, watch him within 1 second. You ready? Oh, what's that? I knew he would do it as I said that. He's mugged me right off, isn't he? I see why his brother's coming upstairs with a treat. Look.
Oh, look. Yeah.
It's more. Listen, it's more entertaining than the game. But do you know what I don't get? I'm going to call it now. And everybody in the chat, there's 1,200 of you. Everybody, what are the excuses going to be from the Ange fans for this one? What are the excuses going to be? I'm going to start with, tricky place to go. I'm going to start with that. Tricky place to go. Let me know in the chat. And by the way, there are 1,200 of you, which means we should be on over 1,000 likes. And we're not even at 700. So smash that button and big up to AJ, who said, thank goodness Ange had 8 full days to work on that display. And Nick, is that the worrying thing? Is that the most worrying thing, that they worked on that?
We had
AJ.
Iggy said that Iggy said they had 8 days and they've made a mid-table Dutch team look like prime Barcelona. Just I don't know what you can say. And the ref, that'll be one. The ref, we weren't fully fit. We were rusty. 8 days, no game. The players were tired because they had that 1 hour flight.
Yeah, 1 hour flight. It's a big one. It's a big flight.
Yeah, 1 hour flight.
Really
That they probably still didn't fly EasyJet, did they? So let's be honest. The fans, it was the away fans. It was the away fans' problem. They didn't shout loud enough. The temperature. The time of day, I don't know.
The temperature, the time of day, the length of grass. I love it. The Spurs players they're all going over and clapping to the crowd. They should be apologising. Danny, welcome back. How you doing, bro? After watching that,
Might as well go back to bloody hospital, mate.
Oh, mate, I bet you had more fun.
The problem is, I can't even say what I want to say. It wouldn't be fair on you. Seriously, don't tell me to say it, Savva, because I will. Just let me roll one up and I'll talk to you.
I can't say what I want to say. Love it. I mean, look, listen. There's no doubt that we can do better in the second leg, right? We'll be at home and we could still turn this round. But isn't the worrying thing that it's yet another game in Europe where we've looked awful? We looked awful against Galatasaray, awful against Roma for large parts. We were awful against Rangers. I thought we were awful against Elfsborg, poor against Ferencvaros. And then today, that's what we've come up with.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Another one will be Kulu. Kulu wasn't playing. That's why we didn't play well. Kulu wasn't playing. But you know what's also funny? Solanke getting injured. I don't think the way that they were talking, the way it looks, I think he'd be back out again for another 4 to 6 weeks. It's just mad. It's just funny, isn't it? Funny. I feel sorry. Do you know what? I feel sorry for the people that are going on Sunday, and I feel so pleased that I've got rid of my ticket because I do not want to be. I was there. I was there earlier. I drove into Tottenham. I had to go and do something at work. Drove into Tottenham, saw the stadium, turned left. I didn't feel anything. It was not like, oh, I'm missing it. I was like, yeah, great.
I just don't get it, right? I just don't get it. Dan, are you ready to talk?
Yeah, mate.
It's all yours. The floor is yours.
I do get it. I totally get it. I totally understand the situation. This manager is dog shit. He's absolutely out of his depth. I will say this in the nicest way possible. 2 45-year-old virgins have probably got more style and tactics than this man has in football. He is fucking useless. He stands there. He hasn't got a clue. Okay, made a sub at half-time. Fair play. Yep. We need to get a goal. We've got one playmaker now that Kulusevski's out. And he goes and takes Maddison off again. Maddison's only going so deep because no one's getting the bloody ball up to him. He's starting to have to do a Harry Kane. Up front, that tell, useless. At the back, I thought we just looked fragile today. I mean, if going to be honest, Spence had a bit of a mare. But then with Spence having to try and cover the defence in the midfield and the back, and then being told to invert, and Johnson, well, like we said before, he might as well be a ghost. He might as well be a bloody ghost. He just evaporates and goes into the middle of nowhere and that. And then the thing that really makes me laugh with him is you see him try and square up to someone, and you just think, sit down, boy, get your act together. And he's worthless. This whole team. you could really do something out of it if you just had half a clue on how football works. This manager, if he was at Nottingham Forest would be in relegation. Simple as that. And I'm not saying Nottingham Forest ain't got a good team. I like their team. You put him at a significantly lower standard team, he's getting relegated. This man could not win with the bloody Galacticos in this league or any big league or anything. He has not got it. It is obvious. And people still defend him. I mean, what are we going to start saying next? Innocent until proven guilty. Well, how much more guilt do you want? This fella, he's shockingly bad. I have never seen a manager this inadequate at Tottenham. Have I seen it in the football? I don't really judge the players that get the teams relegated and that, because most of the teams that come up, they're going down anyway. I think he is, honest to God, no piss balling about, got to be one of the worst managers I've ever seen in my life.
Well, look at what also has happened tonight. Man United, absolute shambles, gone and got a draw in Sociedad. Rangers gone to Istanbul and won 3-1. And they think that, I mean, it's just incredible. It's just, just absolutely ridiculous. I just don't understand how. I just don't know what the excuses are going to be. I don't want to even hear the excuses. I cannot wait to see I can't wait to hear what old Big Ange has to say. Sorry, mate. He was tough, mate. Bournemouth. If Bournemouth are, I just want Bournemouth to smash us on Sunday now.
When a manager has got you to the point that you literally are 99% to that point where like, you know what, I don't give a shit if we lose. I'd actually be quite happy if I lose. If he gets the sack for it, something ain't right. I know there's still a few people sitting on the fence at the moment, but I'd more than willingly put a bet down. You go and do a poll on a neutral channel as such, if there is any such thing as a neutral channel. I reckon you'll have significantly more Ange out than you will Ange in. But there will be the people who stick by him, come love nor money. No, you've got to give him 5 years. You've got to give him this. I'm sorry, it don't work like that. Not in business. And football, sadly, is business.
Dan, apparently we play attacking football. We have lost 18 games of football and it's only March. 18 games of football. I don't know what. Listen, as I said, can we get through? Sure, we can still get through. But these performances are so regular. It's just unbearable to watch as a fan.
And people complained about Conte and Mourinho football.
Mate, this guy's football is the worst football I've ever seen at the club. It is absolutely shocking. It is shocking.
Do you know the other interesting thing, and this came out today, and it's kind of a side thing, and this is what you can see happening. The NFL have got rid of the season tickets for Spurs. So for those that used to buy the season tickets at the NFL, Wayne messaged me earlier, Wayne Holland. So basically, either Levy's been had a word with them, but this is how it's going to go. They're literally just going to get rid of season ticket holders, get rid of all the fans that care, and they'll just get people in that just pay the money, and that's all that they want, and that's all that they need, right? And I just think that they don't care. They don't care about these fans. Those fans that went over there today, the fans that are going to, they're probably staying over tonight, coming back tomorrow. They went and they just sat there like that, clapping them. Oh, no passion, no drive, there was no pressure, there was no press, there was no runs from the front three. There was Solanke did more when he came on trying to make runs and tell, or Son or Brennan, it was just embarrassing.
It's just go on,
sorry, Dan, God.
It's just, with what you just said there, Nick, yeah, like they're trying to get all the supporters out, this and that. We know that. You know what? If we actually get to that point forget the football side of it, yeah? If we actually get to that point where we kick out all season tickets and everything and all the stuff like that, I think that is my final part with being a Spurs supporter. I won't say it for a fact, because maybe I'm just speaking out of being pretty pissed off at the moment, but they can't do that. You know what? That's when I'll probably ditch Spurs and be a Liverpool supporter. Just
I mean, I'm not laughing at you, Dan. I just
all I'd like to see, guys, yeah, is I just want to see a plan. I want to, like, people in the chat going, oh, it was only 1-0, but it's how we play. How many, like Archie Gray, how many times can Archie Gray win the ball and give it away? How many times can Udogie win the ball and get caught on the ball because he wants 15 seconds to touch it? How many times can Bentancur give the ball away in midfield? Bergvall, there's no plan. There's no build-up. There's no shape. There's no method to what's going on here.
Savva, this is what we were saying earlier. This is what I was saying to you, and you totally agreed with me. He had the subs on the bench for a plan B. I don't reckon this man knows the letter B. You know, they say some people struggle to count to 10. I think he struggles with his alphabet. There's only a plan A. The reason he don't know about a plan B is because he can't say B. There is something not there. I don't know how to put this in any way. So, do you know what? I'm not gonna. There is something not right with this fella. He just has not got a clue. He should not be. He's in the wrong game.
Do you know what? Fans like this, I genuinely, I can't stand our fan base when we've got fans like this in there. He's building a new team from scratch. What are you talking about? He's been here 2 years.
Yeah, okay. Do you know what? You can say he is sort of rebuilding the team from scratch, yeah? I've had plenty of money put him in. What am I saying? Between 15, 17 players, so let's call it 16, give or take a number. I'm not 100% on them. If this is building a new team, and building got us to number 5, my man just stuck explosives underneath it and done a Twin Towers on it.
So, Sonny's just said that was a wake-up call. Is he for real? This is our captain.
Let that sink in.
It's a wake-up call.
If team he that he, I just
Dan? Hello, mate. You there?
Yeah, I think my internet cut off for a minute.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, you're back. We've got you back. Don't worry.
Yeah. This man, he is simple as like sticking with Celtic, who are just a million miles ahead of anything else in Scotland. Probably spend more in a bloody transfer window than Scotland put together. No bullshit here, yeah? Any one of us three could go up to Scotland and win with Celtic. It is that much of a poor league up there. It is ranked lower than the MLS. I repeat it again, it is lower than the American league. People have the audacity to say, what would you know? You are only an armchair supporter. He's doing this, he's doing that. Well, if I'm only an armchair supporter and I don't know nothing, you're only an armchair supporter and you ain't got a clue either. So if my personality, if my one's irrelevant, yours is irrelevant as well, because you're only on the armchair as well. You don't have to be on an armchair to realise that this does not work. 18 defeats by March tells you something ain't ticking. Not to this man, it don't. Not to some of these fans, it don't.
I mean, look, the big thing for me in all of this, as I said, I think if you sacked him now, I think a new manager comes in, gets this team organised for the second leg, right? You can try and have a bit of a run in the league and start building towards next season. I don't know how many games. I mean, I haven't seen any of the interviews. I'm guessing the interviews are all going to be the same, Nick. It's going to be, oh, well, we're going to work hard on the training ground. You know.
Son's come out and said that it was a wake-up call. Tonight was a wake-up call.
Tonight was a wake-up call. Look, Matt, with all due respect, please F off. I'm sorry. Stop, Matt, stop. This is the last comment of yours I'm bringing up. You're getting ridiculous. Yet again, your manager, not my manager, has shown tonight just how tactically awful he is. And you're still sitting there going, I understand the anger, but we've got a second leg. I don't care if we go through. This is why I keep saying to you, I don't care if we shithouse ourselves to winning it. Right? I don't care if we shithouse ourselves to winning it. I can't watch this week in, week out. Yeah? I know, Nick, people are saying I'm a bad fan, and if he wins the Europa Cup, I can't watch this week to week. It is shit. No. It is awful.
No, you can't. I've got a season ticket. I haven't been since God knows when. I don't want to go. I don't want to be there. I don't want to watch. I don't even want to most of that second half. I didn't really watch it. It was just in the background. It's like white noise. It's not exciting. It doesn't give me. Everyone's like, oh, Spurs are playing. Spurs on Sunday. I'm not even fussed about watching it on Sunday. I'd rather go and cut the grass or cut the hedge or something. Do you know what I mean? That's how much interest I've got in watching us play.
The way we play it is probably more electrifying walking through a graveyard.
It's so bad, isn't it, Dan? It's so boring. Where's this attacking football? He's talking now, is Ange. He's talking now. I just, mate, we got an injury. Oh, God. I'm just, Phil, I agree. I don't think they're playing. I don't think they want to play this style. And Maddison turning around to Son and saying, this is what someone has said, that they've managed to see the lip reading.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I know what you're going to say.
Oh, where is it? It's here. So somebody has lip read and said this. Apparently, Maddison has said every game is always the same play. If you're Maddison as a playmaker, you're watching that going, this is rubbish. We're not actually doing anything as a team. It's utterly, Angus, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'm genuinely embarrassed right now. Again, genuinely embarrassed.
I've been saying it for a while. I think he's lost that dressing room or lost half of it. If he ain't lost all of it, he's lost half of it, and I reckon that's been for quite a while. And it showed at the end of last season. I reckon quite a few of them would have said, you know what, last season, end of it, fine, let's do this season. I reckon he's lost that dressing room. Surely there cannot be at least a defender in that entire squad that sits there and says, my manager will get it right. Surely not. They can't. I mean...
Love this. Ange has apparently said it wasn't a great night for us. Oh, really, Ange?
No shit, Sherlock.
Bobby said, Ange says, not a great night. Disappointing performance. It was a tricky pitch and we didn't handle it well. That's absolute. Please tell me you're joking, Bobby. Can anyone, Bobby, I love you. I'm not saying you're lying. Can anyone else please in the chat confirm that this absolute fraud said this? Please.
And I can't even sit here and have a beer or bloody summer comfort. I need a beer after that and I can't have one.
Tricky pitch.
Mate, Matt, not wanting us to win. Mate, I've got the club's best interests at heart. You want us to keep the worst manager we've ever had for some sort of little vanity project of yours. Get this manager out now, get a proper manager in and go and win the Europa League. That's what I want, Matt. You want the crap manager to stay. You're the negative fan, Matt, not me. You are the negative fan. You are watching this week in, week out and saying, but he needs 3 to 5 years. He needs 3 to 5 years. Fuck off. He's awful.
I mean, what do people want to call support, yeah? My idea of support is I support a football club. I do not support Angepostecoglou. I do not support Conte. I do not support Mourinho. I do not support bloody Timo Werner. I do not support Johnson. But I want Johnson to score 20 goals. I want Timo Werner to be electrifying and score 20 goals. I want Angepostecoglou to absolutely smash it out there and win us a cup and get us into like 4th place Champions League and fight all the way. Why? Because I support Tottenham, not because I support them. And when I can blatantly see there is a problem there and something's not working and going wrong, I want to get rid of that problem out of what I support, and that is Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. I don't care about Ange. I couldn't give a toss. I don't care about any of the players, to tell you the truth. They're playing for my football club. I don't care what they do in their life off the scenes or whatever and that. I don't care if they want to be a unicorn in their life. As long as we're on their pitch and they go and do that bloody job, I couldn't care less. Why? Because I support Tottenham Hotspur, not them. And it is blatantly obvious when someone is not doing their job properly, you sack them.
Mm-hmm.
I get it with the 18 months thing and everything else. Yes, he's pissing everybody off and that. I get it. But how long can people just accept blind crap? What are we meant to do? Keep our mouth shut just for the sake of like he's our 18th manager, whatever he bloody is and everything else and that. So we just sit back and to support him, I have to agree with everything he says. I have to like him. I don't have to like nobody. I went for about 4 years where I didn't like my own daughter. But I still loved her. Still loved her a bit, but she was a teenager. Anyone who's got a teenage daughter will understand what I'm saying. I didn't like her though, but I still loved her. I mean,
mate.
What do people expect?
Guys, I am going to leave it there if it's all right. I've just got no more. I've got no more words to describe. It's just so shit. No one ever asked me to be positive again. It's just utter tripe, week in, week out. No, have you noticed not one of the Ange fans can actually tell you how we play. They can't actually tell you what the process is, what the plan is, what the style is. So, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Big up to NSG, who said, I hope all this dross this season and Levy letting it rot is because some major changes are incoming, because this is inexcusable for this club. NS, I make you right. Not just because you paid to save it. I make you right. There must be a plan, because if we're just letting this fester, then listen, I'll end the show on this. Big up to you, Ennis. I'll end the show on this. Guys, if Daniel Levy sacks this fraud in the next week, right? If Daniel Levy sacks this fraud in the next week, I will not say Daniel Levy or Enoch out for a year. That is how much I despise this manager being at Tottenham Hotspur. He is killing my club for me. I don't enjoy Tottenham. He has ruined it for me. He's ruined every game he ruins for me. Every time I see him on a press conference, he ruins that for me. He's not nonsense. Please do the right thing, Levy. I want my Levy back. I want the Levy that sacks managers. Sack this manager. Honestly, I want my Levy back.
Mate,
I want my Levy back.
He's got to go.
I can't do this anymore.
I mean, I've said it for a little while. Sorry, I know you wanted to enter it. Get Gareth Southgate until the end of season. Just do it. I'm sure he'll do the job, and he ain't going to do worse than Ange. And it ain't going to look worse than Ange. And if anything, I think Gareth Southgate's tactics would actually suit these bunch of players better than Ange. Do you know what? To be honest, go get Mickey Mouse in there. He ain't going to do a worse job. Tell you what, how about me, Savva, Nick, and Brian and Stell all team up together and do it? We ain't going to do a worse job. Get Ryan Mason to do it. It ain't going to be a worse job. Just get this prick out.
Ridiculous. By the way, Abdullah, who was timed out for their opinion? Who's been mods? If you're timing someone out for their opinion, please don't. I didn't. I timed out Kenneth because he put the same message in about 8 times. So if anybody spams, anyway, look, guys, let's leave it there. Another clueless performance from that fraud of a manager, the clown that is Angepostecoglou. 8 days he had to work on that. 8 days he had to work on that. Guys, Nick, thank you very much. Dan, thank you very much. Thank you to everyone that liked. Thank you to all the super chats. Thank you for all of the people that have subscribed. Thank you. I've really appreciated you tonight. I'll put the link in the chat on your way out. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It really does help. Everybody, Ange out. Ange out. Ange out. Ange out.
Ange out.
Ange out. Ange out, and get this fraud of a troll out as well. Just bugger off. See you later, guys. Take care. And as always, come on, you Spurs. I don't know. I don't care.